Yo, let's do this thing. Right? That's what we came here to do. We got a tournament to finish. Alright, so welcome to the Nightmare series. I was supposed to have somebody on that join me on the mic, but they had an emergency, so we're doing it solo again. Fun. But we do hopefully have our competitors here, at least. I see a couple of them in the chat, so excuse me, we'll be able to hopefully get started here. So I don't know if Isaiah is here. I haven't seen Isaiah in the chat. So what we're going to go ahead and do is start with the Method versus Hunter match. Because I do see Method and Hunter in here. So we're going to go ahead and start with that one. Hopefully Isaiah shows up during that. But unfortunately I don't see Isaiah in the chat yet. But we'll give him a little bit of time. I do see Koizi, or saw Koizi in the chat. So I think Koizi's good to go. I do want to note, however, Isaiah doesn't need the points, so if something came up, Isaiah had an emergency, Isaiah's here mostly for fun, so it wouldn't be crazy if this was not high on the priority list if something did come up. So Isaiah can not worry about this. Hopefully they are here and able to play. You know, don't wish anything ill upon them, but no harm for them in the event that they are unable to play. Everybody else, though, the points are incredibly important for. Really, Isaiah is the only safe one here. Koizi and Hunter, both really high up there on the points, still gonna need to perform tonight in order to make sure they're in that finale. Although I do see them in the chat here, so we should be good. So let's go ahead and get some invites out here. Like I said, we're gonna start with the Hunter and Method match, and then we'll go from there. Oh, the Bubs is wiggling. Also, there will briefly be a Bubs cam, but I'm going to turn them off. Method wants to host. Alright, well, so here's the predicament that I have. If I let you host, what about if Hunter wants to host for himself? Because it makes it better for him. I don't mind if Hunter doesn't mind. Now, if you guys are just thinking that the host means as a spectator, I'll have a better connection, and you're talking about just the two players, if that's the understanding of it, as long as Hunter agrees with it, then I'm fine. As long as Hunter says it's cool. That's the only thing, because I don't want to have a back and forth of like, okay, he gets to host game 1 and then I get to host game 2. You know what I mean? So I just don't want to do with that. But as long as Hunter's on board, or like you're saying, if Hunter can host, so if Hunter wants to send the invites, then that's totally fine. I am totally okay with that. So I just need either Hunter to say he'll send the invites, or Hunter to agree that you'll do it, and then I'll accept your invite and invite him. And yes, we go first, Hunter. We as in you. Yes, we mean as in you make the cough. You'll need to make it a Forever King. Make sure you set it up as a Forever King. Yes, Method and Hunter are playing first, Isaiah, because you were not here. So we were going to give you some time to show up. And look at that, you've shown up, but doesn't matter. You still have to wait, which sounds like you want to, so perfect. It's the same thing as the Twitch channel that you're watching right now. And then if you invite me, I'll invite Method. If he's got it in there too, but... Yes, see, now you get to suffer like I have, and have to figure out how annoying it is to type everybody's long-ass fucking name on an Xbox controller. Go on, enjoy your typing. In fact, that's how it's going to be the rest of the night. Everybody else has to host their own matches. Suffer like I have. I'm just kidding. I'll do the hosting, but... it's a lot. Yeah, the 1,000 friends makes it real hard. It would be so much nicer if I could just like type a couple letters and it would sift through like 20 of you or whatever, but it doesn't help. There's too many people. I end up having to type almost the whole thing. to like narrow it down for a lot of them. And I can't add more friends too. That's the other thing. Like I'd love to add more people so that they come up first, but the Xbox is like, oh, something's wrong. We can't figure it out. That's why they really just need to have a Mortal Kombat friends list. Dude, I would love to just have a built-in Mortal Kombat friends list. I add everybody, super easy to find. Everybody that I can play that wants to participate, they can add me. I think, and then like that list will just be of those players, right? There's no L. There's no L. What? Repair the controller. My Xbox is making up a new complaint. Why does it tell me to turn my controller on? My controller is on. I do not have an invite. I would start with inviting me first because I can get method rather quickly. You guys, well, actually, I've been playing, so you guys aren't in my recent players anymore. So sort of never mind. But I'm good at the typing. I'm good at the typing. I know how to find you guys. And I think Method's on my friends list. Method is one of the earlier ones, so they have made it to my friends list. I think. I might be making that up. I am ending my current match. Uh-oh, this is going to cause a problem, actually. You guys get Bub's cam, but only during character select. Then I gotta hide the cat. Yeah, it's on its way. Or I'm on my way. Checking for updates, doing all that hoopla. Dude, what is it doing? Yeah, we're gonna keep Omni banned for today. I'm kind of in the fence about banning it. TNS didn't ban it, but let's just make sure he's not too busted. You guys can use him next week for sure. Because we got to get all of you guys to agree and blah, 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 and then people complain that Integrity didn't do it in the middle. Misfit Panda was going to join me, but he had an emergency come up like an hour beforehand, so unfortunately he will not be joining me today. It's just going to be me on the mic here on this one, so hopefully that's not too unbearable for you guys. Yeah, it's supposed to be like right there is what it used to be. Alright. I'm gonna hide the Bubs. This is the Bubs. And I'm gonna hide him. I'm sorry. But he usually doesn't hang out here, so. Sleeping next to me today. I'll do the game. Alright, here we go. So Johnny versus Smoke. Method is back on Smoke. That is intriguing. There was an interesting arc for Method. He started off, it felt like playing Johnny, then Smoke came onto the scene for a little bit. Then I think Method kind of took a break from playing. He had a solid amount of points, but this week he's back to make sure he can guarantee that spot in the finale. Right now, point standings are incredibly tight for basically everybody but Isaiah. While this first match goes on, we'll just quickly talk about where the point standings were going into this. Now, keep in mind, everybody on screen you're going to see tonight is going to be making guaranteed 75 points, and I believe the two players we're seeing right now will be guaranteed 100 points because they can't get 7th place, right? It's impossible for them to fall that far out. But like Isaiah's got 920, no worry. Hella Larry, 2nd place, didn't play, but Skill, who is here tonight, 3rd place, 375. Then Hunter's at 325, and then that's kind of the cutoff is at 325. But then players that have that are just outside of it, we've got Koizi and Fluffy Fawn both. Or sorry, Koizi's got 250. Fluffy Fawn's got 250. Barry's got 250. Sorry, Fluffy's got 225. Barry's got 50. So 2 players with 250 in the top 8 right now. Then you've got Fluffy at 225. I mean, they are all right in there. Where is Method in these point standings? Method's at 150. So Method's actually going to need to get a good finish tonight and next week, it's looking like, because of just the sheer number of points going around. And then Zaya, this is Zaya's like second week, so Zaya is mostly here for funsies unless they can win the whole thing. Winning the whole thing twice, so this week and next week, will give them a mountain of points to start to work with. But, I mean, like I'm saying, these guys are making 100 points minimum, so like Hunter is going to be bumped up to 425, so even 2 wins is barely above that, and that's assuming Hunter loses his next 2 games. So a lot of points to be going around. The point standings are going to be very interesting because there's only 1 more week left after this to earn points. So that ability to qualify via points, that window is sort of shrinking here. But for the players that are in top 8 tonight, as well as those that were just outside, if you made 9th place, for example, even if you're not here tonight, that's still really good. But I will say, if you are in like those top like numbers, what is it, 3rd and under, you need to keep playing. You got to make top 8 next week. It's going to get real spicy. Ooh, the teleport is there, but the low hat catches him here. And now the invisible mix. Hunter wisely just opts to armor out of it with the shadow kick. Yes, 7 players qualify from points, and then the 8th slot is the winner of the LCQ. So the last player to make it into the bracket is whoever wins the LCQ, and they get in regardless of how many points they have. So that's going to be for everybody that played and just barely doesn't make it, as well as people that didn't have time to play, that didn't know about the tournament, that didn't want to bother playing because they're that confident that they can just win the whole thing during the LCQ. So there's all sorts of different kind of people that show up. I mean, look, the past LCQs have had some really interesting characters show up. We've had K7 show up, come through. We've had Koizi, I think, come through and win the LCQ when they didn't play for a season. I think Twee came in one once. Like, King Gambler has made it through there. So definitely some very strong players that have came through the LCQ in the past as well. So both players rocking that Lao assist, that low hat coming out. Luckily in good usage here for Smoke and Method. Low kick goes through. There's the armor from Method. Now Smoke's armor is on the slower side. So I think there's a potential here for Hunter to maybe even break that armor if challenging it enough. Right now, though, Method running out of health, and the knee from Hunter is going to do it. That mid, it's so fast, too. Single digits. I think one of the only single-digit mids in the game at 9 frames. Most characters, their mids are in the double digits, so you're talking 10, 11, 12 frames. But 9, it's just so quick, very difficult to get around. You saw Method whiffing some pokes there, and that was just immediately there. Even though he's in that low-profile state, he's not going to duck a mid, not at all. So very nicely done by Hunter to close that out, and now taking the lead 2-0.
Johnny Cage.
I'll take a look at the connections here. Method having the yellower bar, but he is from all the way across the pond. But Method's connection usually is really solid, and Hunter's connection is not bad at all. North America, he's in, like, I think that's 140 right now, but it's usually worse on character select than it is actually in the match. That has been my experience with it, at least. I'll keep it up so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, see, now that we're in the game, it has gone down to 100 or whatever, and just, it's stable too. I mean, 100, this is totally playable, right? So I get a lot of people complaining about some of the connections, because I believe Hunter is from Mexico, and I am from Chicago, basically. Like, not all the way at the north of the country, pretty far up there. I'm touching, like, the Great Lakes, and those are touching Canada. So I'm good distance away from Mexico and still able to maintain a solid connection. So for those that have been complaining about some of the connections from Mexico, it's got to be that their individual internet is not good. And we'll talk about that maybe, but I mean, Hunter, his internet seems like it's holding up no problem. Ooh, Johnny Mirror, shadow kick. So it is going to be Method in the white shirt. We got Hunter in the black shirt here on this one. Method rocking that new skin from this season, although I guess that's what Hunter's doing as well with the vampiric skin. And right now, Method with some pretty heavy pressure here in the corner. Hits him with the overhead, and And this is going to be huge. That should be the kill even, as Method locks it down and secures game number 3 here. So once he made the switch back over to Smoke, which, like I was saying earlier, he started off with Smoke, then kind of moved, or started off with Johnny, then moved over to Smoke, and it looks like he's going back on to Johnny here. Although I also get a sneaking suspicion both of these players wouldn't have minded playing as Omni-Man as well. What are your guys' thoughts on Omni-Man? I've been playing Omni-Man for the last few days. Combat League has been rough, but it's mostly, I think it's mostly new character woes, right? Learning a new character plus the really strict matchmaking means I'm fighting other Elder Gods that, unless it's an Omni-Man mirror, they're not learning a new character. So it's been giving me, my matches have not been going great, that's for sure. Been getting real tilted here and there, but I don't think it's like a for sure Omni-Man problem. I just still have some learning to do, you know, we'll figure it out as time goes on. But he seems interesting, I gotta figure out what to do at long range, other than, seemingly, everybody just wants to use the Kung Lao assist. The Kung Lao assist with Omni-Man seems really strong. But, I've been trying to avoid going to that route. Speaking of routes, though, we've got Hunter taking the Raiden route. So another character swap here for him. Yeah, I've ran into you a couple times, Isaiah. You're running the Lao stuff. The low hat just feels like you auto get into it. Like, what do you do about it? I mean, I guess if I just sit there and block it, you get your turn, but I don't have to punish you just because you got in, right? I just have to wait. Alright, punish or pressure here from Method. He'll take the life lead off this throw, but barely. Oh no, he doesn't have the life lead. Actually, he probably does because of the lower health, with how close those numbers were, that he technically had a higher percentage of health, even though a lower number, and that's how it's determined. Which, that's not a commonly known fact, so let's just, real quick, you know, for anybody curious. Oh, I just reset the scores, whoops. The winner is determined by percentage of health. So in this example, if one of them has 44 health and one of them has 45, if Method has 44 health and Hunter has 45, because Method has a lower starting health, 44 is actually a larger percentage of 950 than 45 would be of 1,000. So there's like little moments like that where the life lead, and it obviously had significantly larger gaps, like if you're playing Nitara versus Shao Kahn and he's got Jax or whatever. No, you're good, you're good. You guys, it's top 8, so I do all the bracket stuff. You just have to be ready when I invite you. And the bracket's up to date. No, we just got started. But the winner is determined by percentage, so even if Shao Kahn has more health than you, let's say he's got 500 health. If you're a, you know, 950 or a 900 health character, even if you have 450 health and the Shao with Jax player has 500, you'll win that. Because 500 health is not half of 1200, whereas 450 would be half of your 900 health. Look at this comeback from Method, too. Switches to Johnny and absolutely makes it happen. I think the interesting thing that's also going down here is Hunter has had this history of making character swaps after he loses, and it just not working out for him. So if he goes back to Johnny, he might win, but then you do have to ask the question, why didn't he just stay Johnny the whole time? Or even if he goes back to Johnny and it's a close game, but Method wins, like Raiden just didn't cut it. Hunter has absolutely had a tendency to kind of, you know, dip around the character select screen, and we'll see if that comes back to haunt him here. So far, though, he's going to stick to his guns, this time having some solid belief that Raiden can actually get the job done. Here's hoping that that is the case. Nitro kick right out of the gate, though, from Method. Sorry, Shadow kick. That is going to be that first hit meter bonus going to Johnny Cage. And now we've got some point-blank pressure. The overhead will connect here for Hunter, and Sector looking to lock him down. The rocket's going to connect. Good conversion here for Hunter. Going to get a solid 32% here. Only spent a bar and a cameo for it. And oh, what the fuck was that? How did that just happen? That was crazy. He just punched underneath him for like no reason. That was wild. Alright, teleports to the other side, but here's that low buzzsaw hat, and you see Method just charging it. He even had time to, like, back up and then properly space whatever jump-in nonsense he wanted to go for. And Method now looking to close it out. The down one into the shadow kick off of the plus frames from the low hat. Guarantees Method's going to be now on set point here, so now only has to dig through another 1,000 health. Hunter standing his ground. The pokes are coming out. Tries to swing with the full string. He will get caught and be forced off of his meter, but not out of it yet. An unfortunate throw whiff here. Method gonna go to town here. Big damage coming out. 42% into another hat. Good patience, though, from Hunter. Not gonna crack here on the defensive side. The Lightning, though, didn't have Sector to cover it. The shadow kick is all he'll get for a punish, though, but Method not really looking for big damage. He doesn't need it, but Hunter will be cranking out the large numbers here. Going to be going over 45% off of this one. To jump in, keeps the pressure going. Sector will keep it also sort of safe and keep it his turn, but as soon as his turn slips away, Method sneaks it through with the 9-framer, and he is going to take it 3-2. Nicely done.
Johnny Cage wins.
Alright, so let's go ahead and pop some scores in here. We also have to pop it into the bracket that you guys can see. This one was Method wins 3-2. Alright, so that is where the bracket is going to break down here for these players. So our next match is going to be Koizi and Isaiah. I believe they are ready to go, so we'll go ahead and get some invites out for them. And the winner of that is going to face off against Method in our winners finals. Keep in mind that match is going to be kind of on hold. We're not going to be running into that. After that, this Isaiah-Koizi match will be heading to the lower bracket where we've got Fluffy versus Skill and Zaya versus Berry Saucy waiting. So that is going to be the trajectory we're taking here, looking to get each of these round 1 matches done. But let's go ahead and get Isaiah as well as Koizi in here so that we can get started on our next match. Dude, down 1 Storm Cell, man, that is... I get caught by it all the time. Very degen. But it works. It works. My desire to push the buttons supersedes my desire to be patient and block long enough to be allowed to push the buttons. So I just push them when it's not my turn. It doesn't go well. Alright, invites are out. Alright, so it looks like our players are here. Let's get a little more bubs. Look at this boy. Alright. Hide the cat, hide the cat.
Omni, 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 Omni. Kenshi.
Intriguing. Okay. So Koizi going with Sindel, to be quite fair, no surprises there. Definitely been kind of on the crusade to establish themselves as a dominant Sindel player. And succeeding on that crusade, right? There's a couple other players also kind of in the runnings for that. But Koizi, absolutely one of the names that immediately comes to mind when you think of supreme Sindel players out there. So no surprises here. We are going to be seeing Kung Lao from them. And then we've got Isaiah, who had made most of their points throughout the season running the Natara pick, right? Which was a bit of a surprise for many. But now all of a sudden, Isaiah has made the switch over to Kenshi. So perhaps he's thinking that, you know, the community has sort of caught on to the way that Natara is working. And his gimmicking days are over, even though she hits like a truck. Once people figure out how to block it, problems arise. So now Isaiah switching to full top tier. He's got Kenshi in his hands. And man, this character is absolutely devastating if you can get Sento on screen. So I think the name of the game here for Koizi is going to be to try to maintain just a full screen presence. Sento is not a problem if you're at full screen. You can really kind of zone the spirit out itself. But if Isaiah is able to catch any kind of stray hit, we will start to see some real devastating pressure come his way. Alright, nicely done. Koizi going to get the opening he needs, and that'll be the kill here. Koizi with 36% off that stray hit. Full conversion, though, into the scream. So nicely done here. Going for the sneaky stuff with the overhead and the low hat there. Another low hat getting set up. What the fuck? Why was she sliding? Did I make that up? Why did she slide forward? Did I make that up? I could just be making that up. Can people confirm that she just moonwalked forward while she did the fireball? What was that? Did I make that up? What is in this weed? What the fuck was that? Alright, Isaiah has Sento out, but the unfortunate drop, and look at that, Koizi able to sneak out. Split kick's not quite going to connect here, but Isaiah looking to scramble to lock her back down. Here comes Sendo just creeping in from off screen, but he's about to run out! And Koizi will armor through to finish the job. Game 1 going to Sendo. What the fuck was that? Man, I wasn't quick enough with the fucking X-Files noise, but holy shit, if there ever was a time, it's when Koizi is sliding forward while throwing fireballs. What was that? Was like Sento pushing her? How did that happen?
Kenshi, Sindel, Sub-Zero, Kung Lao, Sundo.
I still have doubts that Raiden won fairly.
After all that's happened.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Is what bothers you?
Kenshi has a gravitational pull. Did not know that. New developments here in the Nightmare series. He's got a gravity squeeze. Alright, heavy damage coming out from Koizi. Uno stops short. I don't know if that was intentional for a bit of a reset or a rare drop from Koizi, but the interesting thing or the impressive thing about Koizi is Koizi's a player of such a high talent that their composure level is also a factor of their talent level, right? Their ability to recognize, hey, something went wrong, don't sweat it. You just maintain, you keep on going, you are the best. That confidence, you just keep on thinking it and keep on acting as if it's true, and you're able to manifest that, because Koizi really, you know, there are those moments where they may rarely stumble here and there, but they just keep their stride going as if it didn't even happen, which that's important to not let the tilt take over. And Koizi's absolutely able to do that here. Full screen fatal blow. Not going to happen, though. Isaiah just a little bit too far away. Didn't have any health to survive either. And Koizi going to snag the low fireball there to close out the round. Here comes the overhead. Also want to note, Koizi has been doing a great job of baiting out that Sub-Zero ice armor. The Sub-Zero ice armor is what you would think on paper would allow Isaiah to maybe even theoretically just kind of walk his way in whenever he wants. But what ends up happening here is that, you know, Koizi's just been waiting for it. kind of looking for it. When the ice armor's out, they're able to get in and snipe it. And I think that has proven to be incredibly effective at allowing Koizi to dictate the pace of this match. Isaiah still sort of struggling to get full control here. Koizi went for a snap there, looking to get a read, and the low just knocking Sento out here. Sento teleporting back when he gets knocked down. You can see Isaiah doing that to sort of reduce the amount of time that Sento is on cooldown. And then gets hit again. Now Sento is going to expire there. So no more Sento to worry about for Koizi. And Koizi just did an expert job of kind of weathering the storm, knowing that Sento can't hurt you if he's too far away. But the lunge from Sento means big damage could be coming. An unfortunate drop from Isaiah. You cannot be dropping here. Oh, wow, Sento not able to hit her when she's that high in the air, but look at the time right now. 7 seconds remaining. Isaiah wanted to run the clock, but Sindel and Koizi are not having any of it, barely securing the hit necessary, and Koizi will take it. 1 second left. I mean, the 1 second didn't really matter once the life lead was theirs, but wow, I mean, you could see that was where Isaiah had shifted his focus on, right? He went from, okay, I dropped the combo, whatever, 10 seconds left, I'm getting out of here with my life anyway. And just that stray float hit from Koizi, able to turn all of those random hits into significant damage and momentum. And now we've got Isaiah down 0-2, 1 chance left. He's going to be locking it in with Kenshi and locking it in with Sub-Zero. No changes here at all. Keep in mind, in the event that Isaiah wins and Koizi made a character switch, Isaiah would be entitled to a cameo switch at that point. We are running Pro Tour rules, so he's not fully locked in on Sub-Zero, but as long as Sindel remains, Sub-Zero will have to do the same. Alright, here we go. Full opening now. This is Isaiah's chance. He got a really crucial block in some of those blender antics that Koizi was going for. And that block led him to being able to get Sento out. But in another drop from Isaiah means disaster. So now Kenshi is going to be waiting for Sento on that recharge. But Koizi looking to get the job done here. Beautiful anti-air. Okay, overhead connects, and now just backing away. Doesn't want to get too crazy with things. The life bars are actually not too bad. Isaiah's down by about 10% here, which is recoverable, especially if he can get that ice armor on to allow him to get some stuff started. I do think it's also intriguing that those falling swords that Kenshi does seem to have no impact on Sindel while she's flying. They just don't exist. And that is really quite intriguing, that they just are not effective anti-airs whatsoever. You seemingly can jump over the falling karma no problem. I have heard other people make the same claim as well, though, that you can just, as long as you're airborne, the far one doesn't do anything. So that doesn't actually shock me. Ooh, some unfortunate drops here from Isaiah. He will get the combo here on this hit and keeps it going. Hard knockdown. Pressure. Nice defense here from Koizi. Tries to armor out, though, and not gonna happen. Isaiah with the heavy lockdown. Sento has expired, though. Oh, look at the throw tech as well. Trying to keep Koizi here in this corner, but Koizi has found a way out. Doesn't get the combo, but gonna get the throw redemption instead. So a little bit of extra damage there. Big uppercut, though, from Isaiah to secure the round.
Final round, fight.
Now, Isaiah, I mean, you can see the power of Sento, right? If Isaiah can get Sento started, that has proven to be devastating to his opponents, particularly if he's not dropping the combos, right? That was one of those ones where he actually did get that full combo route going down, it looked like. Look at that, Koizi just immediately stepping in once the spirit gets a little too close. Okay, beautiful whiff punish here from Isaiah. And then right back to backdashing away, just trying to put some space. Doesn't have Sento available, doesn't have meter available. So looking to perhaps hold his ground here. Doesn't have the life lead either, though. So Koizi is in a position where he can still kind of control how things are going. Okay, the poke will connect. Gonna give Isaiah a turn, but beautiful defense from Koizi. I think he was trying to put the sword away. Yeah, he did successfully get the sword away. Oh, and again, she's just floating above these sword attacks. Okay, this is a big interruption for Isaiah. Oh no, he went for a side switch combo, it looks like, and an unfortunate drop, and the overhead combo drops as well. Isaiah having some awful troubles here right now, trying to secure this victory. Now he has gotten the hit. He will go straight into Fatal Blow. This will not be enough, but the crucial thing it's going to do is it's going to freeze that clock. So the time is going to be done. The life bars, I think, are still going to be in Koizi's favor. But now, Isaiah has significantly more time to work with to try to get this little bit of extra damage he needs. Overhead Falling Karma connects. And you see Koizi just floating above there, knowing he can avoid those falling swords. But Isaiah seemingly tapping into that knowledge base as well and being like, all right, look, I know that you can float up there now. You've been doing it all set. I'm just going to walk in and hit you with a different attack instead. And that is exactly what he's done. Waited for Koizi to land and had the falling sword ready. Because that is kind of the deal with her to some extent, especially while he's got that ice armor. So even though she can avoid the falling sword from float stance at full screen, she also can't hurt you, right? Like, what is she going to do to you? She can shoot a fireball at you. Yes, but Kenshi's got the ice armor, so she can't hurt you. And I think Isaiah recognized, like, okay, you're avoiding my offense by being up there, but now you don't have any offense of your own. I'm closing that gap, and we're going to see what's going to happen. All right, beautiful start here from Koizi, able to snipe Sub-Zero out as well. And getting a connection on Sub-Zero means you still spent the meter, you don't get the ice armor. This time the ice armor will connect. So Isaiah going to potentially try to use this time to get in. But you see Koizi stops zoning and just looks for a hit from a different angle and is able to find it successfully here in this instance as well. One of the things that you will have to do, I think, if you're going to be playing Sub-Zero Cameo, you cannot be neutral ducking fireballs. I know it's like the usual route and good thing to do is to neutral duck them, but if you're playing Sub-Zero Cameo, you really have to be in the habit of letting the fireball be blocked by you so that it doesn't hit Sub-Zero so he can actually come behind you and do the thing. If you don't do that, it causes problems because you take a little bit of damage for it, your cooldown gets messed up from it. Like, there's a lot of ways that it kind of gets out of control if you start to let that happen. But Isaiah hasn't really been playing this character too long, and he already made the adjustment here in this set. Tries to lunge over the buzzsaw. What's interesting, too, is not only is the Spirit not able to get past the buzzsaw, but even though he's hit the buzzsaw, he's not eating the attack of the buzzsaw, if that makes sense, right? Like, the buzzsaw is still a threat. It's still active. It doesn't get turned off by the fact that a Spirit touched it. So that's a really interesting defense from it. So what Koizi's able to effectively do is just bring the buzzsaw hat out, and even though Sento's on its way, he can't cross the hat. There's no way that Sento can cross the buzzsaw hat without it hitting him and putting him into hibernation. Ooh, ice armor. Got stolen there by Koizi. And that is going to close out the set here. Koizi takes it 3-1. Some really smart plays here. And honestly, interesting ways of dealing with Sento. Aw, come on, don't do this shit. You gotta kill him, you gotta kill him. Oh, the game stopped you from trolling? Alright, that's cool. I'm all for a little bit of that, but the show must go on. Nicely done, Koizi takes it. 3-1. But really expert play and showcasing on how to deal with, I thought you were gonna bow right show him. I didn't know it stops. But it really, like, good highlight on how to deal with Sento, right? You do have to still play a strong defensive game. If Isaiah or the Kenshi player, let's just talk basics, if the Kenshi player opens you up and gets a hit, they are able to set up Sento, and it can become problematic. But if you can stay away, even when they decide to summon Sento at full screen, the Kung Lao assist does a great job of just nullifying the majority of its threat. It's still somewhat of a threat. Obviously, the sword toss, you have to worry about that. But the other thing, too, the low hat, it hits him out of the sword toss animation. Like, it does it all. Oh, whoops, wrong bracket. We're going to the fancy one. But let's go ahead and pop these scores and names in here as well. So that means we're going to be having Isaiah on the lower bracket down there. And that also means we've got Koizi entering the winners finals to play against Method. So that is how the winners state of things is going, and that is going to close it out for matches where players have a bit of a buffer for the time being. Our next few matches are going to be elimination matches. So the next to fall is going to be going home, but not home empty-handed. A lot of points up for grabs here, and 7th place tonight is still going to be a lot of points going your way. So valuable points here. The only unfortunate thing is the players that you are losing to are the players presumably in contention with you for those points. So got to be very careful. Look at that, my internet's losing its mind. Alright, so we want Skill and Fluffy. That's what we're going to start with. So we're going to go ahead and get Skill and Fluffy here for our next match. So Skill versus Fluffy coming up next. Lots of typing, but we got this. Now, the numbers are very important for Fluffy Fawn. You would be shocked at the sheer volume of Fluffy Fawns out there. I presume that that's the name that Xbox gave him. He's just kept it because there are just so many. That or it's like a character from a TV show that I don't know about. You know, it's like it's a popular thing. It's not just adjective noun, you know? Like a thing. Exactly, exactly. There's at least 3,700 of them. You're merely the latest model. Alright, so it looks like they have hopped in here to our match. So we're going to go ahead and pop their names into the top. I don't remember which one is which.
Sindel. Johnny Cage.
Another Sindel coming out. Interesting.
It's what's called a reality.
And then we've got Fluffy busting out the Johnny Cage.
I won't allow Earthrealmers into my inner sanctum.
What?
Round 1. Fight.
Alright. Nice opening here for Skill. And we also see Low Hat again. Kung Lao. So, let's just take a quick inventory here. We had Method and Hunter both using Low Hat. That's 2 players in our top 8. We had Koizi using Low Hat. 3 players in our top 8. And now we have Skill using that's 4 players in our top 8. Lao is not a problem, they say. I don't necessarily despise Lao, but I do think that its present cooldown is not long enough. Like, the speed that it recovers... I mean, just look at how fast Striker is recovering versus how fast Kung Lao is recovering. Just watch. Just watch the 2 of them. Just watch how fast Sindel comes back versus Kung Lao. And Kung Lao is a low that you can charge that opens up mix-up, whereas Striker, while in ambush, you cannot charge it, and it's not a low, so it doesn't have, like, mix potential. Like Kung Lao should come back at the same speed that Striker does. It's crazy that he does. For what you get for Kung Lao, it is wild that he's the fastest recovering one, other than, I think, the Serena projectile that does nothing. The Serena projectile, not the one that does the boomerang, and not that one. That one comes back slow. The one that does nothing, that is just a projectile. Which, it's a good move. I don't want to say does nothing like it's even bad. Maybe that's too reductive, because it is a good projectile. It's fast, recovers quickly, and and has good recharge rate, but like it doesn't have, by does nothing I mean it doesn't like do anything beyond what it says on the tin, which is it's a fireball, not also a combo starter and a mix tool and a chargeable option and eats fucking Cento spirits if they touch it. Like, I mean, it's a ghost hunter's dream. You just set up a buzzsaw hat and then you're never getting haunted again. Casper can't get past it. Nice spacing here from Fluffy. Has a solid life lead. Gonna get the punish here on Skill as well. Skill with a big whiff, and that could be disastrous as Striker comes out with the grenades to keep it going, and Fluffy takes the game.
Bring it.
Johnny Cage.
And look, maybe I'm just talking scrub nonsense, and I'm wrong. And Fluffy's gonna prove to me that, hey, it doesn't matter how fast it recharges, it's still not good enough. Perhaps. But, I gotta say, I do think that the way that it currently works and the way that I feel when I fight it is that it's just available far too often. I mean, when you look at the way that the other cameos somewhat work, if you weather the storm and block it, you don't have to worry about it for a little bit. You weather the storm and block the Kung Lao stuff, it's just right back available again. And if you don't if you get hit by it, oh, it's for sure available again. I mean, even Johnny, like, this combo is done. He doesn't have Striker back to do it again, right? He had to spend another Striker. He doesn't have it back. Whereas as soon as Kung Lao is, or as soon as the Kung Lao combo is done, the hat is ready for a full charge. Every single time you get back to neutral, they've got the hat ready with full bar almost. Nice opening here for Skill. We also see Skill switching over, so Skill played Sindel obviously that first game, but most of their points they've earned on Ashra, so switching over to the main here and getting some solid damage. Gonna let it rip with the Fatal Blow, and this will successfully connect. Gonna be the life lead, and we're talking Johnny health, right? So this is less health than normal. Striker also contributing to less health. This very well may be the kill, as these daggers are gonna do tons of damage. Yeah, 481. And the current build that Fluffy's running of Striker just does not have a lot of health. Johnny Striker is, what, 900 base? That is a tough draw. I mean, that is what Natara's working with, right? Uh-oh, gets caught. Okay, Shadow Kick is blocked. Flawless block means no damage. Ooh, he tried to back away from that, but the jump kick from Skill on the way down ends up connecting. Look at this bug. Are you cleaning yourself, boy? Good boy.
Johnny Cage. Ashra. Serena. Striker.
What do you see? Nothing up there.
The Great Hall.
Man, I feel like if I was an animal, this is what I would do, by the way. Like, you know when, like, your cat will just, like, or maybe not, but, like, your cat or dog will just, like, stare at the wall like there's something there? And then, like, and you presume, like, oh, is there a bug or something? And then there's nothing there. And then, like, dumb people are like, oh, there must be spirits in the house. If I was an animal, I would do that all the time. I would just troll all the time and be like, I'm just gonna stare at the wall and then make this moron think that there's a ghost. I would do it constantly. Especially if they talked about it out loud, like, oh, look at them, they're falling for it again. Oh, that's gonna be punishable, but the grenades, nice play from Skill, using the dash to get to the other side. Touche, touche. If you were a ghost, you would mess with cats all the time. That makes sense. Perhaps that's what we're experiencing. Spirit Realm keeps on taunting my feline. Alright, big opening here for Fluffy. Gonna go straight to the corner. But we're talking about Ashra, right? One of the hardest characters to lock into the corner. That combo drop actually might have afforded him a little bit of extra time with her in the corner, but eventually the armor is going to let her out, and that is exactly what's occurred here. One more hit will do it. Tries to get the parry going. Skill not going to take the bait. Oh, is this parryable? It is! What a play from Fluffy. He knew where the gap was. And he's standing in the Serena drain, right? So I think from one angle, Skill is feeling like, I got him, he's stuck, he's losing his meter, he can't get out. And Fluffy had a card up his sleeve the whole time.
Final round. Fight.
I gotta say, Fluffy is rapidly becoming one of my favorite players to watch. Multiple times throughout this series, Johnny Cage has delivered some of the craziest and most exciting moments in the event. And that moment right there, no exception. Incredible play there from Fluffy. Beautiful backdash into the launching back three. Gonna get a combo started. Tries to get the overhead to connect. Although nobody's home as Skill escapes with that notorious armor. And that armor easily best in the game. Multiple hits, takes you full screen. Just devastating to be on the receiving end of. And that means Skill is going to take the lead now, up 2-1 here over Fluffy. Fluffy, what are you looking at, my boy?
Asra wins.
Oh, yes, good boy. Good boy.
Johnny Cage. Asra
Alright, so back to character select.
the Great
No
Hall.
changes, though. Fluffy committed to this Johnny Cage striker setup. I think the interesting thing here is that there are some people that would argue that that lack of health pool for Johnny to work with is really tough. In a game with as high damage output as this game has, particularly, Skill has already demonstrated these really high damage outputs that he's hitting, it can be somewhat deadly to go in there and say, I don't need 100 health right from the start. But Fluffy, unfazed, although unfortunately it will cost him. That combo would not have killed if he had an extra 100 health, right? He would have had one more shot, although he also had 90% of that health bar to dig through on his opponent, so maybe it wasn't happening either way. It's the shadow kick to connect. He'll spend a bar in the process, but those long-range Serena daggers enabling her to get a full combo start, and that's 37% just from anywhere on the screen. You get touched by random assist, you lose a chunk. And for Striker Johnny, it's a massive chunk. Alright, finds the opening, doesn't commit to anything too crazy. There it is again, that armor, and then just Fluffy, unable to close that gap. He has to spend all of that meter he worked on getting in order to stop things, and the grenade's just not going to go far enough. Skill will take it. 3-1 over Fluffy. Fluffy going to go home with a solid bucket of points on that one, though.
Asra wins.
What is this? Bam. Whoops. What? Where am I? Oh, I found where I am. Alright. Alright, so those are the scores there for that one, and that means that we're going to be seeing Skill advancing here. So he will advance to play against Hunter. And then our next match is going to be Zaya versus Barry. So Zaya versus Barry coming up. I can tell he's debating on whether he should leave or not. Bubbles is deciding. I keep bothering him by petting him. Hates it. Look, man, this is the contract that you signed. You get to live here and eat food don't have to pay any rent, and I get to pet you and snuggle you sort of whenever I want. And you are allowed to protest, and I typically will leave you alone, but you're just too adorable for it to be all the time. Alright, so I know what some of these are, I think. So get started. I don't remember what Zaya's is. We'll need Zaya's gamer tag. I don't know what that one is. Let's say it says. Why is it like this? Okay, it's just Zaya. Well, that is... I mean, I hope there's only one, but... Excuse me if my confidence isn't high. I just have a feeling somebody else may also want to be just called Zaya. We'll figure it out. Is there but one? Alright. So you're the one without the numbers? Alright. The OG is in the building. Let's go. You've done it. Well, not in the building yet. The OG has been invited to the building. The OG will hopefully be joining us in the building shortly. But before we do that, I need to go AFK because I don't need to be fighting. That would go poorly. Look at him. Look at him. Tell me you wouldn't pet this little creature if it was near you?
Smoke.
Fight?
Reptile. Striker. Serena.
Why do you bite me so much? Tastes good at least. You monster. Alright, Serena assist from downtown. Right. Go back to sleep. Oh, the audio cut out of the match? Damn. Well, I can't do anything about that if the audio cuts out. That's crazy. It even does it for spectators, too, then, I guess. I'll be honest, I cannot hear the audio when I'm commentating. I don't hear the game audio because I don't have enough screens. And then I also am worried about if game audio is coming out, then my mic might pick it up. So I don't want to have that problem. So I'm watching the game in mute. But that is unfortunate that you guys all had to watch the game in mute, too. What the fuck? Got a reptile dash, catching... I have seen this Reptile Striker team be just super effective lately. I mean, Striker's ability to enable Reptile to get away with stuff that, you know, typically little unsafe for him. You know, his buttons don't have the best frame data to work with, but all of a sudden, when you start, like, improving their frame data by having the grenades attached to them, now you've got this interesting thing where the thing that really matters about Reptile's moves is his range on them, right? And back 3 in particular, he gets a little low to the ground, it's got some good range to it, and the ability to kind of turn that string into really, really quite a deadly tool, I think is rather effective here for that character. I mean, just look at how far forward he's going off that. So is that this one, the match's audio is out, or maybe it came back because we're watching the replay? All right, here's the grenade setup. Just enough. Very clean job there on that one. The grenades absolutely necessary, seemingly, in that combo. Also, I do want to note, you see how he is a gray lizard? That is because of the vampire skin that he's wearing. So, apparently, the skins have the potential to change the way that your reptile form looks, like your actual animal form. So, you can see that Barry has like a more of a gray hue to him than the typical green. And I like that more than the green one, but what that has me most excited about is the future for other potential kind of spins on the way that the lizard form looks. Also, has me excited for skins that potentially interact with Shang Tsung and his forms. Because one of the more disappointing things about the customization is that Shang Tsung, regardless of what skin you're wearing, the old man just always has the same gear. I think it's like one of two colors. It's either yellow or blue. And I think it's only yellow or is like that's for like player 1 or player 2. And other than that, nothing changes about it. That is like real, what the fuck? Come on. But whatever. Is this going to be the kill for Xayah? I think it will be. Oh no, he let him out of there, but gonna be able to chip him out in the end anyway. So Xayah on the board here in game number 2 with this smoke pick. Oh, teleports to the other side, but wasn't able to cancel it in time. Was hoping he'd catch Barry, but Barry gonna make him pay for that one. 40% here from Reptile. And those grenades, just, if you get hit, you get comboed. It's really interesting, too, because the way that these grenades work, and somewhat the way that Kung Lao's low hat works, not as heavily, but the grenades in particular, is, you know, it's just this kind of thing that, like, where typically in the neutral in a Mortal Kombat game, you can really see it coming, your opponent's character will kind of move, but now all of a sudden you just have to worry about some officer of the law showing up even off screen and throwing some grenades randomly at you, and while your opponent is just sitting there blocking, while they're in punishable frames where your impulse is to hit them, and now you're getting hit, and the grenades are not just simple single hits, they're combo starters. So Barry has been able to repeatedly catch his opponent and then go into damage. I don't know what that noise is. Something is making noise, though. Maybe it's just my computer making noise and I'm freaking out because usually during commentary I have somebody else I can hear and I don't have a headset on right now, so... And I'm hearing my computer when I don't. It's not a loud noise, it's just a humming, but I assume you guys don't hear it, so it's all good. Is this gonna kill? Nope, not quite a big enough bite, but he goes for the death roll at the end, and it is gonna succeed. Wow, barely. And that's the thing, if he would have blocked that death roll, real possibility that he wins that game. And I want to keep in mind, I know that Barry did death roll into striker grenades afterward. I understand that he did that. That doesn't mean that Smoke couldn't have hit him with a big enough hit to kill him quickly, because there was not a lot of health remaining on Barry's side. So I don't think you can uppercut punish the that move. So maybe Smoke is the character that really would have suffered from just not having a proper route to kill there. But still, I mean, there's a way that he honestly could have even probably done like forward 3 into teleport grenade, and as long as the teleport went at the right time, it might have avoided the grenades, just as an idea of a way that he could have maybe done that. But that's the kind of thing that, you know, we're only about 2 months into the game's lifespan, right? We're a little under 2 months if you count that it came out early access on the 14th. And later on, people, like, way down the line, people will have that kind of stuff ready. Of like, you know, I saw you call in the striker grenades, so I'm gonna do my route in such a way that I narrowly avoid them via teleport as well. Alright, big opening here for Xayah. Serena's going to come out as well, get the combo going. Going to spend both Serenas here. Uses the triple kicks to cancel here. Look at that, 49% off of that. Good defense, though, from Barry. Flawless blocks. Oh, but look at that again. He's just got Striker there to keep it safe. Just in case his opponent knows how to deal with it, he's got an answer. And not only does that answer keep him safe, in a moment where it's supposed to be your turn and you're supposed to be getting the combo, now you're getting hit with another combo, right? Like, he goes for this attempt to hit you, you weather the storm, and you're like, okay, finally it's my turn. Nope, not your turn. You've just now been hit by the backup combo. Good job. Alright, triple kicks are in there. Coming out again. There's the flawless block. No punish this time. And I gotta be honest, right now, Barry had no striker meter available, right? So the lack of striker meter available means that was your time to get it done. And Zaya with an unfortunate drop, that's gonna cost him in that moment, but he is able to secure it in the long run, tying things up here. So we're gonna go to a final round. That was almost punishable, but striker grenades will keep it safe. Ooh, big hit with the overhead there. Forcing a break here. Barry, healthy position, set point available, only about 15% of his opponent's life bar left to get through. He will get tagged, however, by the Serena assist. Good defense, no striker assist to stop this either. It is Zaya's turn to shine. Now, Zaya has spent his meter, but he's going to find a way to get damage via his fatal blow instead. And I do kind of like this because he didn't have the meter to go for big damage, but he still wanted to get some big damage and establish a presence. The only unfortunate thing here is now he has activated Fatal Blow for his opponent. But one could argue, who cares, right? That Fatal Blow was going to kill me if it hit me anyway, and not a factor, as it is yet again the unsafe move into the Striker grenades that are the downfall and allow Barry to advance. So he is going to take it 3-0. And man, those Striker grenades just proving to be incredibly effective. All right. Alright, so we started with 8 here tonight. We are now down to 6. We got Koizi and Method waiting on winners finals. We are going to go ahead and start off with that match. Gone. So Koizi and Method will be coming up next. And then after that, we'll be moving into the Hunter versus Skill and Isaiah versus Barry Saucy match. Those are going to be coming up. Yo, Steve-O, thank you so much coming through with the sub. Very much appreciated. Keeping us grinding toward that goal as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are now 4 out of 10. Almost. Alright, so let's go ahead and get the invites out to Koizi and Isaiah. And now, of course, that we've gone through the opening matches, everybody's in my recent players match list. So a lot easier to find them and get the invites out. It is rather unfortunate that we have to start a new lobby each time, but whatever, NetherRealm gonna NetherRealm, I guess, right? Alright, so recently played with. Isaiah is right there. Bam. Invite away. Oh wait, whoops. I'm not supposed to be inviting Isaiah. My bad. Isaiah, don't accept that invite. I saw M, and that's not the right person. I'm supposed to be inviting Method. Whoops. So this is Koizi versus Method. I think I've been saying Isaiah as well. So that's my fault. I misread. But this is supposed to be Koizi versus Method. Yep, see, look at that. Isaiah showed up. He was granted a second life. He traded in his points for a second life in the bracket. That was my fault. My bad, Isaiah. We're looking for Koizi versus Method. Alright, so Method's here. Just waiting on Koizi. Alright, no Koizi in sight. Uh-oh. And the clock has struck 0. No Koizi. What is going on? Is Koizi not available? Did Koizi say they needed a moment and I didn't notice? No? Uh-oh. Okay, let's try again. I wish it would just let me start a lobby without freaking out. There you are. Alright, invites away for the second lobby, no problem. I kind of messed that up first off, though I was inviting the wrong people, so. I wish you would sleep next to me while I'm streaming more often, Bubs. I think it's fun when you're right here where I can pet you between games. But I also realize that I make a lot of noise that is probably irritating. So... Oh, congratulations, Koizi. Nicely done, nicely done. Oh shit, I almost fucking ruined everything. Not going AFK.
Johnny Cage. Sim Dao. Kung Lao.
Ooh, I know what I have to do.
Hanging Gardens.
If Tanya doesn't work out, I will happily guard.
Okay,
that
so
eye.
Method now is going with Johnny out of the gate. No more smoke. I can't type. What does this mean? Why can't you type, Barry?
Round 1. Fight.
Can you type in the Discord? Do you have something you have to tell me? I mean, I'm gonna send you your invites at the appropriate time, whether you're talking in the chat anyway. It's never been a requirement to talk in the chat, so as long as you can still hear me and accept invites, you're good, no worries. It's useful when you guys are talking in the chat, but I'll be honest, it's mostly useful just to determine that you're here or not, right? It's a little bit sus sending an invite into the void and hoping. So it's nice to hear from you just to know that you're here and ready, but once I've heard from you, I usually suspect if I'm not hearing from you throughout the event that you're in the lab or, you know, not really feeling too chatty, and that's okay, I don't mind, as long as I know you're here. So as long as you're still here, that's good. No worries. I appreciate you letting me know, though. And of course, if you need to, if there is some emergency or something that happens and you can't type, letting me know via messages like that is also helpful. So if something comes up, but hopefully Barry can keep playing, because I like watching that reptile. And Stryker has not been giving me the reptile footage that I need. He's been all over the character map. So I've got to get my fix somewhere else. Ooh, what a fucking dirty conversion from Johnny. Holy shit. He's gonna punish that. Kung Lao tried to keep it safe. Not today.
That wasn't on the call sheet.
Final round. Fight.
Boom. Beautiful combo from Johnny. 360. Koizi in some trouble right now. The important thing that I think Method is doing is he's successfully smothering Koizi. Koizi, in the previous matchups you saw, being able to, against Isaiah, really, you know, sit comfortably back on the other side of the screen, use the low hat to get things started, and Method is just not allowing Koizi that opportunity. So Koizi having to really fight back here to get some space. And you see Koizi doesn't have the life lead really to afford hanging back, so now forced to be on the offensive a little bit here. And Method gonna go ahead and take the game here. And look at that, Method asked in the chat if Koizi lost a single game in the tournament that Koizi was playing in, and Koizi did not. And then Method proceeds to secure their first victory against Koizi. So Koizi's first L of the night in multiple tournaments. Although, never mind, Isaiah won a game as well. So I don't know where Koizi was playing at, but I just want to let it be known. Xbox players are talented as well. We have some real talent over there. Koizi's over there cooking people, not losing the game, and maybe it was another Xbox tournament also. I don't actually know. But then we have our players here putting up a fight. And Koizi's still winning, but we're at least putting up a fight. Claim your perk. Alright, well, no thank you, Xbox. I'm a little bit busy. Dude, shadow kick out of the gate here. Method at it again. I think it's really interesting, his willingness to just let it rip with these shadow kicks. Because, to be quite honest, if you get that blocked, you're in a world of hurt. It's round start. You have no meter to break. You're not going to build any meter to break by having it blocked as your opening move. But as risky as it is, it pays off when it hits. And look, it's an 8-frame move. It is so fucking fast. So there's definitely, like, many times that it will just happen to connect. Your opponent doesn't see it coming in time. They try to jump. All sorts of stuff can go sideways and cause you to get away with that. All right, Method trying to get a comeback. Not going to happen. The Scream will seal the deal. And Koizi on the board here in our winners finals.
Fight.
Alright, floating away. Method starting to run out of health here, just outside of Fatal Blow. He will be now in Fatal Blow territory as that fireball connects. And Koizi, now that Koizi has the life lead, you see Koizi's got a different approach. No longer looking to get in, knows that they can kind of just sort of weather the storm and try to chip him out from a long range. And that's exactly what they'll do, swinging in with the hair to finish the job. And Koizi now on the board. But you can definitely see a change in tactics there based on where the health bars are at. When Method had in game 1 that round where he just kind of locked Koizi in the corner, even when Koizi was able to get out of the corner, Koizi kind of recognized, I don't have the time left on that clock to run this out the long, slow way. However, when the tables are turned, Koizi is very willing to, nope, you now have to come to me. You are now required to get the life lead from me, and I'm going to make this a full-on obstacle course in the process and throw as many hats and fireballs as I can to get in the way. And Koizi able to successfully set up that obstacle course, will get the win here, and we're now going to be moving into game number 2. Man, you guys got the fucking mansion stage and you didn't pick the Halloween version of it? Both of you lose your points. We're going back to 0. Neither one of you picked the stage? The Halloween stage is so good. It's still in the game, right? They didn't take it away from us yet. It's so beautiful. I love the purple. Although that's the thing too, in Mortal Kombat 1, I don't think both players get to pick the stage anymore. I think it's only player 1 that gets to say. Which is intriguing, because in the previous games, the stage mattered significantly because there were interactables, so like where you were fighting was a strategical thing to consider, right? There was like strategy involved in having certain interactables or whatever for certain characters. So it made sense to give both players an opportunity to influence that. Now that the stage is just a visual thing and doesn't matter, there is an argument for like, well, it doesn't matter, so who cares where you fight? But also, it doesn't matter. Who cares where we fight? So let me pick my favorite, you know? It doesn't matter where we fight. Let me pick the purple one. Oh, is the hello hat gonna connect? Nice patience from Koizi. Finds the armor as well here. Now mocking Johnny in the corner. Method gets out, but at what cost? Okay, overhead. Good defense, though. Uh-oh, that's a punish. Oh no, a big drop! Method not able to get the punish himself, though. Nice armor here. Koizi gonna float right onto the hat, unfortunately. Here we go. Koizi tries to get something started, but the armor is gonna stop it. Koizi is sitting on full meter, or was sitting on full meter. This won't be enough, but Koizi gonna be real close. Fireballs are coming! And there it is. Method just did not have the life to block that. And that is going to put Koizi now one game away from going into our grand finals. Looking to win yet another tournament here. Ooh, I got to put this out there into the universe, Koizi. I don't know if you remember such a name, but Aqua No Mercy is playing MK1 again. And the interesting tale of the tape on this one, during the MKX days, my tournaments were won all of them by a lad by the name of Aqua No Mercy. Then MK11 comes out, and all of a sudden, there's a new face on the scene. And that face belongs to Koizi. And Koizi came on and was relegating in the MK11 era. Now we're here in the MK1 era. Koizi still a dominant force here on the Xbox side of things, but Aqua No Mercy is back and playing again. Because Aqua wasn't really playing in MK11. And while they haven't been playing in this, I'm hoping I can get them to play in the LCQ, and if I can get a Koizi versus Aqua No Mercy match, that's going to be hype. That would be so fun to see how that goes, because Aqua was #1 on the ranked leaderboard at the end of the season. #1, all the way at the top. So Aqua is not just back, but back and putting work in, and I'd love to see these two match up, because they were the two titans from MKX and 11, and to see which one of them can come out on top in one is going to be really cool, if we get the chance. But so far, Koizi looking to come out on top on this one. Up a game, or up a round, up a game as well. Set point available here to Koizi. Method not going to make it easy, though, looking to get the pressure started. The Kung Lao hats. Nice backdash away from the poke, though. Ooh, the duck! Koizi sort of suspected some kind of craziness with those nitro kicks. Those shadow kicks, I should say. Just floating on in. Throw. And also corner Koizi here. That's going to be the valuable part of this. Uh-oh. Hits her out of the teleport. Punishable. This is big for Method. 42% keeps the pressure going. Koizi will die from this throw, so Method answers back. The big thing here as well for Method is that Method now has the corner pressure, right? Although he's gonna start to let him out of it, perhaps. Koizi does have the meter advantage, though, so Koizi does have some resources to potentially escape with here. But I don't think Method's gonna make it easy. Right now, still just locking Koizi down. Koizi starts to swing, another low hat coming out. Another nitro kick as well. Here we go. Also, I think what would be funny, I can't do it, but for the top 8 graphic, I should use the people's cameos instead, just so that there can be 4 Kung Laos. and then put their character, their main character, a little. Honestly, because it's Kung Lao assist, I probably could, but you can't make it work for some of the other ones, like a Frost assist or whatever. Uh-oh. Okay, so Koizi is on life support right now. Literally the only thing that can get hit is the cameo, otherwise death. Now, if Method goes for a Nitro Kick, it will not kill, because chip. So he has to have that Buzzsaw hat first. The Buzzsaw hat didn't connect. Method can't get in now. Last breath. No way, he got it. That was so smart from Method, though, to not opt for a stray Shadow Kick. Because look, the easy idea is when you're in that situation, your opponent has literally 0.10 health remaining, 0.10 health remaining. The immediate response is, I just gotta Nitro Kick him. They can't block this, it'll chip him out, they'll die. But the reality is that Koizi could block that. Koizi absolutely could block that because Koizi had meter. So Method was smart. He tried to get the low hat there to cover his approach, which would have allowed him to do that. And Koizi actually expertly avoids that and then puts Method on his own no health remaining situation either. And then it was just a bit of a scramble, but clutch mode engaged there for Method as he gets that jump clear over the fireball and the jump kick to close it out. And now Koizi making a decision, deciding here on the character select screen who he's going to bring to this war. Is it going to be Kung Lao assist, or perhaps there's something better? Or maybe he's got to finish sending a text. I don't know. But I like to think, for the sake of drama, that it was just a dire situation. He's really, you know, thinking to himself, is Kung Lao the answer? Consulting with the Elder Gods. Do we bring Kung Lao to this fight? But it probably was. I just got to finish this tweet. Johnny is trash. Send. Alright, let's go. Hold the tendrils of death. And now just relentless fireball war coming out here from Koizi. Lots and lots of zoning going on, although not a lot of real estate to work with anymore. Method has you cornered. This is right where Johnny excels. You can only back up for so long. Koizi gonna spend 3 bars, and look at that, the flight, not even looking to start swinging. Koizi just wanted to get out of there. Unfortunately, she flies really slow, so Method able to hunt her down. But what she was able to do is get the side switch, so now all of this room to start running away again. Koizi running out of health here. Jumps right into the low hat, and Johnny was lying in wait, ready for such an event. The set point now on the board here for Method. Interesting choice as well. You see Koizi charging the hat. Johnny just letting it rip, though. Nice spacing. Oh, look at that. Gets over the low hat using the overhead. That little cartwheel action she's got. Having some extra add-ons where it avoids lows. Big jump kick. Nicely done. I love this combo route here that Method goes for. Does the meaty hat as well, just to keep the pressure going. The throw will connect. Fatal blow now available for Koizi. Oh man, it just, how do you get away from that? You try to jump to get away from the low hat, and you've got a waiting sneaker up there. Just big boots from the air. And Koizi, I mean, trying to float, find a spot that was safe, but there just was no such space available between the air normals and the low hat coming your way. I'm an advocate for at least increasing the cooldown on low hat. I think it's wild. But both of them were using it, right? So, you know, it's both sides had access to that tool. I think Johnny can be really impressive with it, but so can Sindel. So can Sindel. So that is going to be Method taking it 3-1 here over Koizi, so he'll be into our winners finals. Let's go ahead and hop into our bracket so we can pop those scores in. It was 3-2? Yeah, you're right, it was 3-2. Was it 3-2? I believe you. I might not have been paying as much attention as I should have. Okay, so that puts Method in the grand finals, and that puts Koizi in the losers finals, waiting for which competitors will make their way to them. I'm trying to think, this is not the order that I usually do things in, is it? I usually do both of the lower bracket matches first, don't I? I don't know if I like this method better or worse. I don't know what to think. Because now what's going to happen is that either Hunter or Skill, or like the next two matches, one of them is going to have to play twice in a row, which is what I try to avoid until the very end. For the final, so losers semis to losers finals to grands, you can't avoid that. But I mean, it's not important. I'm not going to worry about it, but I do think that I made an adjustment to how I usually do it, which is fine. Okay, so we are going to do Isaiah versus Barry. Looks like Skill needs a moment, so we're going to do Isaiah versus Barry here as our next match. So we'll get some invites out to them and get started with that next one. Oops. Come on, Rink, come online so I can invite you. I'm just gonna invite a random person. Hopefully they don't join. Hopefully they don't even fucking have Mortal Kombat though, to be honest. I just picked like a random name. Just because it's easier to send invites after I've sent the first one to get the lobby started. It's such a fucking annoying system. Like, I can just go into my recent players or even my friends list and invite them directly from there. But that initial one, I have to send an invite to someone. And it's like, dude, I don't... Like, who cares? Because it won't let me go to my recent players for that one. Looks like they're here.
Reptile.
All right.
Omni-Man.
Now Isaiah. Oh, what is this? Omni-Man? For a moment there. I got excited and then I remember I banned him. Fuck.
Striker. Sub-Zero.
Yo, Dakota, thank you so much for that raid. Hope you had a good stream.
Sometimes the terrors of governors seem like gangsters.
If they are, stand against them.
We are back to normal pools, or normal top 8. No longer winner finals. Ooh. Striker gonna get the party started, looking to arrest him here. This will be interesting. I mean, we saw the way that Koizi dealt with Isaiah, and that was to really just keep his distance and not allow him to get started with that Sento pressure. Once Sento comes out, it becomes incredibly deadly and very difficult to get your way out of that situation. So it'll be interesting to see how Barry approaches this. Is Barry going to have a similar approach where he's just looking to shut it down and not even allow Sento to come out? Uh-oh. Look at that. As I'm saying that, though, Barry dashed in, went for up-close pressure, and got caught, and now he's in the Sento swirly. What do you do? Chipped out, yep, tried to even armor out, I think, there in the end, but Isaiah having none of it. This really feels like the kind of matchup where you just cannot get close to Kenshi. But if you're gonna get close to him, you have to be really confident that it's not gonna result in you getting hit. Because as soon as Kenshi opens you up, not only is that initial combo pretty devastating, but the follow-up assault is also very difficult to survive. Nice little combo here from Reptile. 380 damage on the board. Keeps it going here with the corner pressure. Ooh, bop. One more hit will do it. Will he get the chance? It's Sento time. Okay, Isaiah getting the side switch this time. Oh no, he's dropping it. That is interesting too. Isaiah has been dropping some of these really crucial combos. This time I think this is going to connect for the kill. But we saw it in the Koizi match. There were some unfortunate drops. Here in this match, it's happening. That being said, Isaiah is picking this character up, I think, recently, right? So still in the process of sharpening that blade to a real fine-tuned, combat-ready edge. So some of this stuff of him dropping combos, that is kind of the process, and that is part of it, is while you get it to that pristine level of play, there are going to be some errors here and there. So while Isaiah is maybe dropping a little bit, this is really only the second week that he's been playing the character. And if he has this thing ready by the finale, which he's essentially guaranteed to have entry to, as long as he's not dropping that in there, that is going to be a devastating force in the finale.
Against the Yakuza.
I can't put you in that kind of danger.
The real important thing, I think, is going to be for how he's going to deal with players that know how to deal with Sento. I really think that Koizi put on a great example of how to keep and shut down Sento. Like, the Sento was not effective in that matchup, really, where in other matchups it seems like it's the whole thing. As soon as it comes out, it's game over. So it'll be interesting to see in the finale, even, you know, how many players are ready for it then. Because that's the thing, too. Isaiah's kind of showing his hand a little early by playing this character now. Other players in that finale will very likely be looking to themselves have an answer just like Koizi does. Be like, all right, I know there's going to be a Sento. I'm going to have an answer for Sento. Speaking of, Sento now going to town. Side switch. But Barry just having to sit there and block. Sento has expired now. This is your chance. And he does also have the life lead. Oops, spoke too soon. This Kenshi combo might even kill here. We are talking striker health, so 50 missing off the rip. And I don't think it's going to matter here. These sword slashes from Kenshi will do it. The other thing to keep in mind, though, is who knows where the game, what state the game will be in when the finale comes. The reason I say that is Tremor is coming out, right? Tremor will be out before the finale. He comes out on the 20th, I believe. So we're going to have access to a whole new character in the form of a cameo. And that could very well have a shake-up to the meta and shift things. Maybe crystalline armor is one of the answers for dealing with Sento, right? Sento can't hurt you if you've got crystalline armor. That's probably not true. It probably fucking tears through that stuff too. But, you know, there's some possibilities there for a new cameo to show up, and new balance adjustments to come with the cameo as well. We already see Johnny with different health. Maybe Kenshi will have some different changes as well by then. This game is in an ever-changing state. Look at this brutality here, though, from Isaiah to take game one. Was that game one? That was game two. To take game two. Did that right? He's up 2-0. What, buddy? Boy.
Kenshi, Reptile, Sub-Zero, Striker, Cage, Mansion.
Sometimes the Terra's governors seem like gangsters.
If they are, stand against them.
Round one, fight.
Alright, some zoning going down. Ooh, just out of range with that death roll. check his eyes. Why would you shine the flashlight in Kenshi's eyes? He's fucking blind. He doesn't even have eyes. He's not even just, but he doesn't have eyes. And also, is Kenshi a faker? Because he reacts like he's being blinded. What the fuck is that? He should be fucking immune to Striker Throw. I'm just saying. Oh, the death roll canceled out of the overhead. The low will connect. Oh, doesn't commit for the kill. And now the ice armor, he actually hit him out of death roll. He's gonna kill with the chip out. Nicely done. Man, there was a moment where I think if he would have confirmed into acid ball off of that low hit, he could have killed, but this had already committed perhaps to the Striker Plus frames, and that is unfortunately gonna cost him big time here. Isaiah gonna get the party started. Sento comes out, doesn't even need to use Sub-Zero to do it, and the low will connect. Now it's damage time. Bro, dude, what an annoying power. Sento's like, by the way, I'm also gonna be transmitting to you really bright lights and things that it would actually be nice for you to avoid by being blind. I'm gonna hook you up with being able to sense that stuff too.
Brutality. Kenshi wins.
Sento's like, oh, they're shining stuff in your eyes. Here, man. That'd be awful, dude. I would get rid of the spirit immediately. You gotta let me at least have the minor perks of being blind, that I don't have to see awful shit. Alright, so Isaiah takes it 3-0. And now we're moving on to Hunter versus Skill. I hope Skill got his issue squared away, because we finished things up quick. You guys can keep fighting in this lobby with your Omni-Man mirrors if you'd like, no worries. So we're going to go ahead and get Hunter and Skill in here. I'm just sending invites to random. Alright, invites are out for Hunter and Skill. The Bubs is over by the window now.
Serena, Sector, whoosh.
That's the plan.
You haven't
Omni-Man only. He will be the only character allowed.
Mission for Liu Kang.
That's actually going to be the rule.
Round one.
See, he was banned this week. Next week, everybody else is banned. Just to make it fair, you know? Hey, what's going on, Rich City? Semis. Foods 1 and Isaiah. Ooh, good block on the armor. No punish, though, but still able to get a little bit of a stray hit there. Lightning coming out. Full launch. Oh, no! Dangerous drop here for Hunter, and he'll be finished off by the projectile point blank from Skill.
Round five.
Now this is another EU, I think Skill's from EU. I think this is another EU to Mexico match, so if this match is weird and one of you guys would prefer to host it, like how Method was doing, that is an option for you guys as well, just to keep that in mind. Typically I'll be the one hosting them, especially for US matches, but if it's between two foreign players and they'd prefer, that's okay. We can do that way. Ooh, big opening here. Serena's gonna get the party started as well. Ooh, a little bit of a lag spike there, a little bit of another one, but still unfazed. He will still hit the combo home. 40% to the red light. Serena on the recharge. The rocket just barely behind, but Hunter gonna go right into Fatal Blow here to guarantee the kill. Now, Skill had no meter to get out of it either way, but I think Hunter is just not even gonna worry about a combo drop, none of that. I just want to kill. Also, it's kind of nice if you can kill with your Fatal Blow in round 1 and save all of your meter. That meter actually can end up being more valuable to you because now you have a breaker as opposed to a Fatal Blow that at the start of the round you can't even use that Fatal Blow, right? I can use that breaker and start building that meter back. I can't use that Fatal Blow at the start. Okay, Hunter gonna get the punish here, and now he'll look to spend some of that meter on damage. And this here, he does not have a Fatal Blow. Now, granted, he could have spent that 1 bar and still had more to go. Rocket will connect here for him. Beautiful anti-air, though, from Skill. Fatal Blow is available. Just gonna get plowed right through with that electric fly. That should be the kill with the finish. And Hunter closes it out. Game 1 going the way of Rated. All right, here we go. Game number 2.
Ashra, Raiden, Serena, Sector.
No changes from either player here. Same characters, same cameos. Although, of course, Hunter not allowed to change anything if his opponent doesn't. So I guess no surprises that Hunter's locked in, seeing as Skill is locking in with the same setup as well. Ooh, nice opening. Jumped over it, though. Alright, Serena, red light. That's the thing, like, Serena just totally shuts down any kind of movement. You can't do anything. There's a couple of characters or situations where when you're point blank, you can kind of interrupt or engage with it. But for the most part, once the Serena, like, projectile starts, you gotta sit there and freeze for 3 seconds while that thing just passes. Like, you just can't do anything. And so if you're jumping or moving or swinging, you're caught. That's just it. A little bit less life left here. Gets caught by the last hit. Not going to go far enough with that. The Serena red light, green light, though. And as soon as Skill had the meter for it, just like, let's huck those down there. The opponent can't move. Even if they teleport, they'll catch on the way back. Like, there's just no escaping those. A very, very powerful assist. Alright. Nice forward throw here. Skill now just backing away as well. Ooh, went right into that fireball, though. Okay, little throw here. That's the thing, you just cannot lock her down, and there it is. Even with the rocket coming, she's just moving so much during her combo routes that it's not a big deal at all for her, and Skill gonna answer back and take game 2. Very nicely done.
Ashra wins.
I hope this music is alright for people fighting.
Ashra, Raiden, Serena, Sector, the Great Hall.
Do you ever
miss Fengjian.
I miss home every day.
Kind of like these vampire skins. They're growing on me.
Round one. Fight!
Okay, that is going to be a punish here from Hunter. He's going to make good use of it as well. Massive damage into a drop, but actually able to get a little bit of a redemption hit there. Okay, going for it. Oh, this is going to be big. Hunter. Man, he was hitting the armor. The rocket will at least catch her, but it's just so difficult to try to get through that armor. And now straight into Fatal Blow. Skill, swinging big. This will not be the kill off of this. Gonna be some heavy damage, of course, but very, very likely here that Raiden is gonna be surviving this onslaught nonetheless. These pinions coming through. Boom, you're alive. But barely. Oh no, the daggers! Dude, they're so good! Like, you see it, you see that moment, too, where he gets to the other side and he's like, oh, this dumb bitch, she's stuck facing the wrong way. And it's like, yeah, she's throwing a boomerang, dude. It's coming back, don't worry. Alright, gets caught. Sector Rocket still gets launched, though. Long range zoning going. Okay, big jump kick. Nice. Okay. Zap. Gonna get the conversion. Ooh, doesn't go too heavy there for the damage. Wasn't confident perhaps he could get it, but the Sector Rocket's gonna keep that party going. But even 2 hits on the armor. No thank you. I'm still out of here. Okay, good blocks. Jumps up into the sky to join her for the punish. Not able to fully close it out. Hunter, one more hit will do it. Will he get the shot, though? Sector Rockets are good. Oh, the Serena Boomerangs, though, almost caught. And there it is. The slash of the sword will seal the deal. Skill, up 2-1. Hopefully the audio levels are good too. Am I too loud? Is the music not loud enough? Is the game too loud? I think we're good, but I've had people give dissenting opinions to that a few times recently. I think that I've found a good set of levels, but I don't actually know.
The Great Hall.
So you were once married?
Amazing anyone would let me go. Right?
Alright, so now we got the switch over to Johnny Cage here. Thank you, Rich, thank you. Gotta say, audio is like the biggest headache about streaming sometimes. Just because it's like the one thing that I don't really get to engage with. Because it would be distracting if I had it all playing in my own ear, so I just have to, like, trust that it's going well, and when it messes up, I have to rely on people to tell me. And the number of people that'd be like, oh, I thought it was just me. You guys all in unison will watch a tournament with the audio desync because nobody wants to say anything. I can fix it in a click, but I don't know. But I think we're good, so far that hasn't been an issue. But it is definitely one of the headaches. Big launch here from Hunter. Is he going to be able to close this out? He's going to need one more hit to do it. He has that Fatal Blow available, though, so any craziness from skill can still result in that Fatal Blow activation for the kill. He won't need to do so, though, as Hunter's able to lock it in here and get the round. Round 1 for Johnny Cage. You're coming back, Bubs? Come back. Oh. Oh, you fucker. Dude, you are the worst, Bubs. You just fucking knocked over the bowl, and the bowl had weed in it that I hadn't smoked yet. You son of a bitch. Yeah, that's just gone. That's just gone. Well, that's fine. That's the price of a cat, I suppose. Every now and then he knocks things over. Stop walking around though. Lay down.
Your senses darkness.
You're making a mess.
Fight!
Essentially, yeah, he's putting a governor on it. He's like, nope, you've had enough. Well, no, I'm going to defiantly pack another bowl and actually smoke it, you son of a bitch. Can't stop me. It's legal here. Alright, nice little breaker here. Kung Lao trying to save the day. Big jump in. No connection, though. He will get the throw here. Start to send her back toward the corner, but we're talking about Ashra, right? You can't keep her cornered. Oh! Nut punches underneath. The boomerangs. A wise play there from Hunter. You could see the idea there that he was going to just stay low to the ground to avoid them. But unfortunately, it was all happening on block instead of hits. And that means Skill is going to take it 3-1. I think it was 3-1. I've already forgotten. I think it was 3-1 though. I guess I could always look. Yeah, it was 3-1. Alright, so we started with 8 players. We're now down to 4. We've got Skill and Isaiah coming up next. Winner of that is going to face off against Koizi, and the winner of that will show down against Method in our grand finals. But of course, we still need to start off with that Skill Isaiah match, so we're going to go ahead and get some invites out to them here in just a moment for that match. And that should be a good one. Now, this is going to be the first time that they're meeting here in the bracket tonight as well, so no runbacks just yet. But we'll see how the sword throwdown goes down. It's going to be Ashra likely versus Kenshi likely. No guarantees on those, but that would be my guesses as to what characters are going to be playing. So invite out for Isaiah. Invite out for Skill. Here we go. Sleepy boy, huh? Breathe smoke in your face just to get you high from spilling. I don't think the bubs likes getting high though, so I don't get him high. I know some people like to force their animals to get high. I'm not a fan. The old stuff them in a pillowcase. No thanks. Now the inverse of that, there are some animals that are like, are you getting high? I'm gonna crawl in the pillowcase so you can share with me. That is a thing too, but that's not the bubs.
Ashra. Kenshi. Ashra. Kenshi. Ashra. Ashra. Thin down.
That was loud, I'm sorry. Boom, bop, boop, boop, bop. Dude, I love this soundtrack. It's a good game too.
Kenshi.
Like a roguelite though. I don't know. What roguelites? Card battlers like Slay the Spire. Similar to that.
Serena. Sub-Zero.
Some East Coast, West Coast nonsense. Do you guys want to... Oh, you guys were having problems with characters though. Okay.
Arthur, an interesting match.
I find him to be a kindred spirit.
Dude, I don't like mirror matches either. I fucking hate that shit. And I'll admit it, it's because of my ego. I don't want it to be proven that I'm the inferior player with the character, so I just won't give you the opportunity to try to test it out, see who's the best. Nope, playing a different character. Although I do like in Combat League you don't get a choice. You're locked into your character. So sometimes the mirror match just happens and you have to tough it out. And I prefer Combat League where your character's locked in from the start. Man, look at these, dude. They're both fucking just whiffing their sword slashes. It's like 2 9-year-olds with lightsabers just waving them around. You see how much they're whiffing? Okay, he's right here connecting. Nice throw tech here. Isaiah in a little bit of trouble health-wise. Will access that ice armor here, though, to ensure him safe passage across the no man's land mid-screen. Ooh, this is going to be big. Sento was going to come out here off of this one. Oh, no. The drop, though, was a little too high for that sword slash to connect. And now Sento's fallen asleep. Okay, wakes him back up. Uh-oh, YOLO fatal blow. Isaiah is going to catch him, though. Skill was committed to a swing here. Now, I believe this is going to be death. Even with the extra health from Serena, there just wasn't enough. Oh, spoke too soon. The mashing working. Also, for anybody curious, in the previous games, during a fatal blow, you would mash, and you would make the fatal blow do more damage or less damage. That started with Injustice, I believe Injustice 2, and then it also happened in MK1. Now, in both of those games, the button that you would mash is 3, or A. You'd mash the A button. That was the only button you had to mash. In this game, if you mash just the A button, it will not be as effective if you mash all 4 buttons. So what you need to do during the fatal blow, and honestly, I don't even think you need to mash them like a savage. You just need to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, just kind of rhythmically go around. But if you hit all 4 buttons, it will have a bigger influence on the damage than if you just hit one of them. So make sure you're hitting all 4 buttons. And again, you don't have to hit them all 4 at the same time. It doesn't have to be like test your might, but you do need to be hitting X, Y, A, and B in order to get the maximum extra damage out of the fatal blow boost. Ooh, that overhead should be enough. Ooh, not quite! But Skill gonna finish the job with those sword slashes afterward.
Final round. Fight.
Oh yeah, this stuff triggers the copyright bots. Gotta get away from it. A bit of patience here. Neither player wanting to get overzealous, but there it is. Sento coming from downtown. Isaiah also looking to restock on that Sento meter. Ooh, gets opened up big time here by Skill. That is going to be Fatal Blow territory. However, that Fatal Blow has already been used in round 1, so not going to be able to make another appearance here to save Isaiah. Look at that. Sento avoids Serena projectiles, but not other ones? What the fuck is that? Why? What? Why does Sento avoid those projectiles? I don't understand. I mean, we were watching in the Koizi matchup. Just, not only that, but Koizi's low hat from Kung Lao was still hitting Sento. But all of a sudden, Serena's boomerangs don't interact with Sento? What the fuck is that? Oh, do they usually interact and it just didn't work? Interesting. I wonder if maybe if you have the ice armor on, if Sento gets the effects of that, but I don't think so. I think Sento's still been getting hit by the low hat before, too. So maybe that's not how that works, but maybe that is, and I just am misremembering. So maybe that's what happened there, but that was interesting.
I do not think anyone has found its borders.
Round 1. Fight.
Oh yeah, Clay is here. Clay, I gotta tell you. I got Hazmat. Finally, I unlocked Hazmat in Marvel Snap, so I can make my Hazmat deck. It's been fun. I got a pretty wild screenshot of, like, beating a guy and his whole board is negative. His whole board is negative numbers. Actually, is the whole board negative? 2 of them definitely are, but it might just be the 2 locations I won are negative, and then he's had, like, 4 power or 6 power in the one location he, like, was getting anything going on, but still just totally mushed by Hazmat.
2, fight.
Hell yeah, Doctor Doom is fun. I like Doctor Doom. Alright. Rip. Ooh, okay, Isaiah has Sento out in prime position for the onslaught. Ooh, tries to jump, gets caught. The overhead will connect again! And that'll do it. Skill able to close down round number 2. Final round here between these two in game 2. Sword slashes coming out. Here's a nice little opening for Isaiah. Now Sento fell asleep on that one, so he'll use the combo to re-summon him. He somehow avoided the slash. Did he block it? What the fuck was that? It looked like he moved. Okay, so now Sento is getting hit by the boomerang. So that was just weird. Oh, nice little conversion here for Isaiah. Not enough to kill, but that's going to be heavy damage, and it keeps Sento in a good position. Oh, he canceled Sento, though. Oh, this is big. Fatal Blow is available. One more hit. That's going to do it. Skill lets it rip. Very nicely done.
Finish him.
Right. So skill tying things up. I am paying enough attention that it's tied up, right? Okay, it's tied up. I always worry that I've like somehow missed a set. I apparently did during the Koizi versus Isaiah set, or the Koizi method set. I didn't realize that it went to game 5. I thought it was only game 4. So sometimes they move fast, especially with the damage output from these characters. I mean, they really are able to very rapidly eliminate your health bar before you have any idea what's happening.
Great Hall.
This is a battle of magic swords.
We'll see which is more enchanted.
Round 1, fight.
Alright, nice little armor here from Isaiah. Suspended, but we'll get the meter back for that first hit bonus. Ooh, big whiff though from skill. Nice. Okay, solid openings here. Nice little overhead. Good. Oh, that overhead is punishable by itself. That is interesting. Did not know that that was that it worked like that. Right, and there it is. Kenshi gonna get the sword stab he needs. Round 1 going his way.
Fight.
Okay. Oh, Sento connects! This is going to be big damage here. Now, we've seen Isaiah drop these combos before, though, so he opts instead to go for the recharge on Sento. Another unfortunate drop, though, for Isaiah. Be careful. This is big damage here. This might actually be the end. Yep, there's some more slashes coming, and that'll do it. Isaiah taking game 3.
Kenshi wins.
What is the answer, or the response at least, here from Skill? It might not be an answer, but we'll see if he's got something for it. Alright, gonna be locking in yet again here with Serena, so no changes.
You and Sizoth are an interesting match.
I find him to be a kindred spirit.
Round 1. Fight.
Okay. Ooh, nice little poke. Uh-oh. The Sento came from behind. Ooh, pokes her out of the overhead as well. Right now, Isaiah doing a good job of shutting down Skill's attempts to get something started here. And that's going to be another big whiff punish here. Doesn't have Sento available, so he'll opt to use that to re-summon Sento. But now Sento's lagging behind. He's not really in range to do anything. He got tagged by that. Doesn't end up mattering, though. Here we go.
Round 2. Fight.
Right, good defense here, just ducking underneath those. Ooh. Big launch. Another one. Sento is back. Nice patience there from Isaiah as well. Uh-oh, he got caught out of the air. Working his way in. He has Fatal Blow available. He will survive this throw as well. Sub-Zero armor means he can get in. Away. Ooh, got him caught out of the air, and that's going to be Fatal Blow. It will connect. He had no life left, but able to clutch it out in the end. Very nicely done.
Kenshi wins.
Alright, so losers semifinals. It is going to be Isaiah taking it 3-1. And that means he moves on to losers finals to face off against Koizi. Now this will be a run back. So we're going to go ahead and get some invites out for them in just a moment here. Alright. Man, this is... I'm just inviting random people. I really hope that they don't fucking join. Okay, so Isaiah and Koizi, and this is Losers Finals. then, of course, the winner of this will go on to face off against Method in our grand finals for a mountain of points.
Cage match.
I'm sure losing the tournament stung.
You have no idea how much.
Alright, here we go. Game 1, Halloween stage. Let's do it.
Fight.
Alright. Heavy zoning here again from Koizi. Uh-oh. Low hat is out. Koizi, the jump kick will connect Isaiah on the board. Definitely heating up a little bit from that loser's bracket path he was on. Excuse me. Ooh, got underneath that air fireball. You're gonna get a quick catch as well. Very nicely done. Okay. Going back away here. The ice armor is out. Sento now working his way across the stage. Gets clipped by that low hat. And Sindel's got another one waiting. You can see Sento there trying to work his way in. When the fatal blow connects! That will do it. Isaiah taking game 1.
Finish her.
Isaiah definitely having a shift in strategy from their first meeting. You know, you really saw Koizi able to dictate the pace of that match quite heavily, and now, not the same story. How do you get to be in one of these tournaments? All you gotta do is sign up, wanted, and show up, right? You gotta show up on the right day, so you gotta show up on Thursday. Thursday is pools.
Sub-Zero.
That being said, we are looking into doing the LCQ on either a Tuesday or a Wednesday instead, just for people that can't make Thursdays. If we move it to a different day, then there's a possibility that those players will maybe be able to attend then instead. Right. Nice use of that ice armor there to prevent those fireballs. Okay, just look at that float just to completely avoid Isaiah's offense. I wonder if you can Rising Karma them out of the sky there. There's a possibility the Rising Karma would work at those ranges. It does have a bit of a distance to it, but I don't actually know. I don't actually know. Alright, low fireballs coming out here. Big swings. Ooh, nice use of the point, though. I don't think he caught anything, and Fatal Blow's available. Oh, he got him! Don't drop it. Nicely done. Doesn't even have to use the Fatal Blow to do it. He'll save that for later. Very nicely done. Well done. Alright, fires away. Ooh, great use of those hair strings just outside of the range. Okay. Air fireballs coming out. Jump in. Isaiah running out of health on this one. That's gonna do it. The chip out. Oh no, the flawless block from Isaiah saves him. He's barely hanging in there. Koizi just needs one more hit. For the jab, the low hat will find the mark. That was close though.
Final round. Fight.
Right. Ice Armor's out. Koizi looking to lock him down. Does get the big jump kick. I'm going to probably try to burn as much time as they can off this string as well. Because they want to make sure Sento stays down in hibernation mode. Another kick to Sento's face. He'll go back to sleep here. Koizi, huge life lead. Overhead is good as well. Alright, just backing away. Fireball's out. Low head is good. Okay, nice throw tech here. Isaiah trying to get something started, but he is definitely in a bit of trouble here. Ooh, did that wrong, actually. Okay.
Finish him.
And that is Koizi on the board.
Sindel wins. Kenshi, Sindel, Sub-Zero, Kung Lao, Hanging Gardens.
Alright, here we go. Game number 3. No change from Isaiah. He's been pretty heavily locked in on this build he's running. Nice little combo here, 295. Sento gets the hit as well. Koizi, bit of trouble here. Oh, big overhead, but the blocks. I think he tried to teleport out of it, but just immediately Isaiah was all over him with the punish there. Right, using that long range normal. You see that Isaiah just looking for any kind of hit from that. He will find it, and that will be the round. So Isaiah on the board here in game number 3. Expertly done as well. Just really taking advantage of that superior range. I mean, we saw it a bit in the skill matchup where they both were playing sword characters, but here, Sindel has no sword. She's got her hair, so she has a couple of normals that kind of utilize a longer range than most characters are used to. But she is still somewhat struggling to contest those sword normals. Now, those sword normals are mostly used in the Sento stance. Here, you can see the sword is in the sheath, so a couple of the moves, he kind of brings it out and swings with it, but there's a fair few of them that end up just kind of hanging out with just using the scabbard itself, which is much shorter range then. Ooh, careful. Gonna let her rip with Buzzsaw now. And that'll do it. Isaiah gonna take game number 3 here. Has himself quite the lead now to work with.
Kenshi wins.
Alright, final chance here for Koizi. Koizi gonna choose a different cameo here now, so it will instead be Sub-Zero. This is gonna give some different combo opportunities here. And of course, it's gonna also mean limited options though in terms of approach, right? All of that low hat offense is no longer going to be part of this equation. Still going to be able to attempt to zone and avoid some of the counter zoning attempts from Isaiah, but not going to be quite as deadly up close. Overhead bonk. Doesn't get a big, huge damage combo out of it, but this combo right here would be enough. Koizi sees that coming as well and opts to break out of it. Doesn't commit to the jab. Instead, will get a throw afterward. Koizi just needs a little bit more. Will he find the chance? Sento has expired. This is Sub-Zero throw. Not quite the hardest hitting, but lots of damage coming from that, and now looking to back away. Desperation as Isaiah lets loose the fatal blow. Won't be punished for his efforts, however. Here we go, the point connects, I think, on Sub-Zero. Okay, backing away. Nice double fireball there from Koizi, just a whole slew of them coming out. Oh, the point, and that ice armor is doing a good job of protecting him there. You do have to really be careful. Connection here. Ooh, got the big launch. Close enough for the combo as well. Oh no, an unfortunate drop though from Isaiah. big damage from this Fatal Blow. I don't believe it's enough to kill, however. So that will be interesting to see how that plays out. Alright, dashing in. Isaiah running out of health. The overhead connection. No Sento to keep it going. Sento fell asleep? Why did Sento fall asleep? Oh, but the timer. Why did Sento fall asleep? I don't understand what was happening there. Did that, like, trade? Was Koizi trading with something? Koizi must have been trading with something there, just barely. That is wild. That means Koizi ties it up, though. Game 5. So this set absolutely going the distance. Koizi looking to win yet another tournament. I think Koizi has 250 points, but has only played from 1 week. So that is from winning a tournament outright here in the Nightmare Series. And they're looking to do it again. But currently, they still have Isaiah in the way. And Isaiah has made a big shift here over to Nitara, the character that got him most of the points. He's now looking to see if she can bring home a couple more here. Allow a cook to this as well. Nice avoidance on these fireballs. Now, Isaiah is working with a character now that is running on less health. So, gonna have to basically not get hit. So far, doing a great job of it, though. Big damage here. Isaiah baits the Fatal Blow out and is going to get caught in the process. Now, did take a little bit of health off of Koizi during that. So, that is something to consider here. Alright, nice. Zipping away. Only a little bit of damage left to go, and the sweep will do it. Very nicely done. Isaiah now, set point, looking to send Koizi home. Alright, got the opening here. This is big for Koizi. It's a Sub-Zero freeze. Snaps to get the recharge going. Is the snap what you want to do for that? No, the snap means you can't break out of the combo, right? I think that's what the snap does. I don't actually know, because one of them makes your cameo recharge faster. Maybe it does both? Maybe it's the amplified one or the other? I don't actually know how it works, to be quite honest. But who knows? Not me. Alright, big bite. Big bite. 47% bite. Only a little sliver of health. Only 15 seconds left, though. Oh, this is huge! 10 seconds. But it's just, like, you have to do all the damage you can in the world here. Goes for the reset. The throw is not enough. It's not enough! And Koizi will fall. Koizi opted for a shorter combo, I think to try to reset things to get back to neutral so that they could start hitting hard again. But unfortunately, it just doesn't end up working out.
Fatality. Nitara wins.
And that is going to be Isaiah advancing. So let's go ahead and pop these scores in. There's so many vowels in there. I'm going to start adding extra ones. Alright. So that means our grand finals is now set. It is going to be Method versus Isaiah. So we're going to have the invites out for them here in just a moment. Go ahead and get that lobby set up for you guys. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not what I wanted. Push the wrong button. My bad. Hold on. Is it still doing this? Jesus. Alright, Private King the Hill Forever King. It's tempting to allow it, but I feel like it would be in poor taste. It is genuinely tempting to allow it, but I don't know. Would people think I'm a bad TO if I allow fucking Omni-Man just randomly at the end? Does that make me a bad TO if I allow it? I mean, who stands to complain that I didn't let them play it before? Is that a real complaint? Can people have that complaint that they should have won because they could have played the character before? Is that a real complaint? I'm genuinely asking. I don't know if that's a real complaint. That's the question I have to come up with an answer to right now. Is, do people have a complaint if they say, well, I could have played, if Omni-Man was allowed, I would have played it, and it would have been fine. And also, do I want to commit to having an Omni-Man mirror throughout the Grand Finals? Because to some capacity, you guys are going to have to be kind of locked in on that, right? You guys can't ask for Omni-Man and then switch. Or can you? Maybe that's part of the strategy. Maybe you got the anti-Omni tech, and you just want your opponent to be stuck on Omni. Alright, for the sake of fun, I will allow it. Because fuck it. Yeah, people are going to be able to get him anyway. It is just the two of you. I don't think anybody else in the top 8. I do think he should have stayed banned for day 1. I do think that's fine. But for top 8, I was thinking about letting him unban on top 8. But I decided not to bother, but fuck it, whatever. I don't care. Alright, so let me invite some strangers and then I'll invite you guys. It says these are friends of friends that I'm inviting. There's a real possibility one of them shows up if I keep up with this. I gotta stop this. I need to make a dummy account, add the dummy account, and then just invite the dummy account every time I do this. I mean, the big thing about not allowing a character is that your opponent, you don't want somebody to fight something that your opponent isn't ready for. And if they're both saying they're ready for it, then that argument kind of goes away. And there's a minor argument for somebody to be like, well, I wanted to try to play Omni-Man anyway, but then those people still would have needed their opponent to agree to it for me to feel comfortable with it. It's not about I wanted to play Omni-Man. No, it's about your opponent wanted to fight Omni-Man. If they're willing to fight it, sure. That's what I'm worried about. So I guess under that, guys, we're still achieving that because both of them want to fight it for whatever psychotic reason. So, alright. It shall rock. And I won't feel bad about it. Grand Finals. Now, Method is on the winner's side. I should probably delineate that. I've been doing it in the past, so we'll do so now here again. And then we got the L for Isaiah. And man, the L for Isaiah has been just over and over again, and he's still top of the points. Okay, are your guys' colors set to change? Please fucking tell me you guys have committed to one color. Because, man, it's going to be very difficult to decide which one of you is randomly Pepto-Bismol, man. So I believe what we're looking at here is Isaiah is wearing the invincible colors, Method's wearing the red and black. And they're both using Lao. Of course they're both using it. Man, that is so many Lao players here in the top 8. I mean, I think you had Hunter using it a little bit. You've got Method, Isaiah, and Koizi all using it. At least half of the top 8 is using Lao. Now, these are using Lao with the same character, but you get it with different characters, too. It's wild. I've been playing Omni-Man a lot. Well, I've been using Gears, or not Gears, I'm using Darius, but I want to drop Darius. I don't think Darius is the way. Darius is for, like, one combo and for a sweep combo. Like, because you can do cool stuff off of the sweep using Darius. But other than that, I don't know if it's worth it. And look, the sweep does not happen enough. It's too slow. 12 frames, like, you just don't catch people with it as frequently as you would like. So, because of that, I think that I'm going to try using Sonya instead. Sonya's not perfect, but Sonya does enable some other alternate combo routes, which are pretty good, that I want to try using. And you can do those more consistently, because the other problem with Darius is Darius costs the full cameo meter in order to use him, pretty much. So that ends up being problematic. Ooh, in the corner, it doesn't work. Yeah, the Sonya ring will give me a fireball as Omni-Man because I don't have one. You can use the Sonya ring as a meaty. That's what Koizi was doing with it, and it was fucking crazy. Which, interestingly, we didn't see Koizi run Sonya at all. I wonder if that will change. Maybe Sonya is not good in the Sento matchup. Who knows? But with Omni-Man, I want to see if that works. Also, her air thing, like with how often you're doing air combos as Omni-Man, you're able to get the Sonya assist to hit that stuff quite frequently too. So I think it's good. And you got a side switch utility, which like Omni-Man is a character that already has side switch, but sometimes that side switch sends them into the corner when you don't want them, or sends you into the corner. And with Sonya, you can switch that up with her side switch built in. So, although he has innate side switch anyway, like whenever you end the combo with 1-2 throw in the air, you can decide which side you want to land on. Like it's not a problem at all. Ooh, good cancel of the stance. You see the patience there from Method, waiting to see what he does. Goes into the low, but he's just plus afterward. Punishable on the overhead. Nice break there. I wonder what you do. What you do if you're not using it. Punish him there. It's done. Method gets poked out of it. That low hat paying off for both players here as they keep on taking their turn and not relinquishing it very easily. One more hit from either side could do it. It is going to be Isaiah that makes it happen, though. So game 1 going the way of Isaiah. Ah, fuck. Okay, Method changes his clothes between matches. Okay. Well, at least Isaiah is going to consistently be wearing the invincible colors, I think. Maybe the random rolled on Isaiah getting those colors again, but Method is switching it up. My characters change their colors too, so I'm not complaining, but just for commentary purposes, it is... if they both were changing, it would be confusing to pay attention, or to keep track of, but if it's only the one of them. Alright, Uses the Amplify to guarantee that it will connect. And here, you can side switch with that move right there. So if you hold left or right, that dictates which side you'll sort of go to after you float off of their back. Alright, you can use the overhead. Okay, good patience. Right into that low hat, but both players are kind of aware the low hat's on its way and haven't been really getting caught by it. Oh, jumps right onto that one. The breaker is going to stop that from being a lethal combo, but it was close. Ooh, you lose if you go second. I still think the first one to swing wins. And there we go, Isaiah taking another round.
Round 2, fight.
Man, you see them both immediately doing the same exact thing. Straight for the low hat. And they both, I mean, it's back. It's available immediately. I think as long as you don't do any of Kung Lao's other moves during the recharge time, you keep the fast recharge. Because that's something, too, that people don't really talk about. But it is a factor, and it's not a factor for all characters the same way, but for some of them it does matter. So essentially, every cameo move has a cooldown associated with it. Some of them are longer than others. The obvious one would be if you look at how fast the Kung Lao recharge is compared to other cameos, it's a significant difference. But one thing to keep in mind is, so another character that has a fast one, for example, is Serena. If you use the move that takes away some of your cameo and then it starts to recharge fast, and it's not all the way full, and then you use one that takes away more of it that recharges slow, or the alternative is that if you use one and it's recharging slow, like your cameo meter is already recharging slow, because you've used a move that recharges slow, and then you use one that recharges fast, such as the Serena cameo, because your cameo bar hasn't gone back to full yet, it will recharge at the slowest rate of all the cameo moves that you've used since it was initially depleted from full, right? So that means that if you try to, like, speed up the recovery, you can't do that. You have to wait for it to fill all the way back up, otherwise it's just going to keep draining at the slow rate, even though you used a move that recharges fast. So you have to be kind of careful with that. So you'll notice that neither one of these players is using the Kung Lao spin, because the Kung Lao spin recharges slower, and they don't want to fuck with their recharge rate, so they keep on not touching that, because the low hat, they want to keep that recharging as fast as possible. And if they use the spin will mess with the recharge rate. And it's the same for the teleport as well. I think the teleport takes a longer recharge. It's not necessarily a case of that neither one or both of them refuse to use the teleport, but you'll notice that neither one of them is really leaning on it heavily, and part of that is because they don't want to mess with their recharge rate. They want to make sure they have access to those low hats constantly. Now, I'll be honest, I'm an advocate for the low hat recharging at the slow rate that most moves recharge at anyway. It's too strong of a move for it to also be one of the faster recharging moves as well. It's pretty wild that it only takes 4 seconds to get it back. That's nuts. And 8 seconds if you use the whole thing, I guess. But that's still incredibly fast compared to the 15 seconds of some of the other characters. And some, it seems, even like are longer than that. And the big clap from Isaiah is another one in the bag. Is that 3? I've not been paying attention. Damn. So he just reset the grand finals already. Alright, so I didn't have the score on there. That was my bad. Too busy yippity yapping. But now I've got the scores right. But oh my god, did I go off AFK somehow? Okay, no. I saw the fucking names move and I thought I went off AFK. Oh, it made me panic. Alright, we're good. So now the bracket has been reset.
I'll set the example for
Isaiah wins it 3-0. That's the other thing, too, that's interesting here, is Isaiah took that 3-0. So very convincingly, Method is going to need to come up with a new strategy here. It has not been working out. There, the low hat saves him and gets him the meter. Although Isaiah actually got the first hit meter. Ooh, big drop. Okay, grabs his face. Nice. 72 in the damage department. Ooh, what was that? What is this? What is going on? What is happening? I don't know what the fuck that was. I mean, they're both wired. I don't know what the hell that was. Was Isaiah's ping freaking out? Maybe? I don't know what that was. Hopefully it doesn't keep happening, though. That was weird. What, Bubby? Meant to eat? Okay, go. You can eat, go. Alright, nice little stomp here. And the clap is going to connect again. That's the other thing I need to do as a Omni-Man player. You can't clap point blank. The clap is punishable point blank. But it's got a decent amount of distance. The amplify goes like half screen or further. So you really do need to utilize that. Even though you don't have a fireball, you have like a pseudo fireball. Plus, it deletes other projectiles. So anybody trying to zone you is not going to get away with it. And I, in my Omni-Man games, have just not been doing it. Okay. Yeah, this is Isaiah's connection, just losing his mind. Isaiah's up in the 90s. And then it goes down to 60. That is Isaiah that's doing that. What is that? I don't know what's going on, but Isaiah's connection is the one freaking out on that. You can tell he's the one that the ping has jumped up by 30 on. And then it goes back to the 60 that it's normally at. Okay, nice little break. That torpedo move tracking to wherever your opponent is. You cannot jump over that. If you're jumping, you're getting hit. That's just kind of the end of it. Wow, that hit like full screen. Oh, he might be dead here. Method should be able to get the kill off of that. So Method will secure his first victory. It is going to happen after the reset, but to be honest, if he would have won before the reset, those wins would have been erased. So maybe it's better that he's finding his stride here when they're really going to matter during the reset.
Omni-Man, Kung Lao, Temple of Kataravala.
What is an alternate me doing here? Does the name Angstrom Levy mean something to you?
Round 1, fight!
Swinging with the plus frames. Looking for plus frames off that low hat as well. Ooh, good blocks. Hits Kung Lao, but... Ooh, no punish, actually. Armor's through. I don't know if you just have the... If you have enough armor to do that over and over again, though, right? Ooh, point blank, he baited it out! And Isaiah should be able to get the kill here on this one.
Thought you were stronger.
Round 2, fight.
That That's going to be a punish. Yep, full combo as well. If you get caught moving to the other side of Omni-Man at all when that thing goes off, it is going to net him a full combo. I mean, essentially the way that it works is you always bounce away from him, or not away from him is the wrong way. You always bounce the direction that he's facing, right? So the direction he's facing, you bounce that way. So if you get behind him, but it still hits you, you bounce to the direction he's facing, so you basically bounce right to where he wants you for a combo opportunity. So you have to be really careful when moving around during that overhead, because trying to move and get away from it is sometimes what ends up getting you caught in a much more damaging situation than if you would have just blocked it. And to be honest, if you block it, it's not punishable, but if you up block it, it is, right? So trying to run away from it doesn't really work out, but blocking it and just kind of dealing with it, that's the answer. Or it has historically been so.
Omni-Man, Kung Lao, the Hourglass.
I'll set the example for Mark you failed to be. You wouldn't dare.
Alright. So tied up here as we go into game number 3. Big jump in from Method is going to get the party started. Only going to be getting the meter off of that, though. Not much damage from it. Alright. Clean little damage here. Ooh, snipes him out of the sky. That low hat having the coverage as well. Dude, yeah, the voice acting from JK is so good. But, I mean, it's JK, right? Dude is a legend. Absolute legend. He's done a great job voicing the character already, and it's a voice acting gig for the character, too, right? Even though he's an actor, this is a voice acting thing, and he, you know, did another wonderful job with it. Really excited to see how John Cena and hopefully Anthony started, because John Cena, I don't know if John Cena's done voiceover work before. He's definitely done acting, but voice acting can be a little different experience. And then the same thing for Anthony. You know, he's as Homelander. I think there was a Homelander like anime that they had. Wasn't there some sort of Homelander thing that was voiced by them? I don't actually remember though. I might be making that up completely. So there's a possibility that he's done a little VO work too, but it can be a different beast to kind of wrangle with. But I really think that they're going to do a great job with it. So far, most of the voice acting from celebrities has been, at least for the guest characters, has been good. Like the Rambo stuff. Rambo sounded good. The Terminator wasn't done by Arnold, it was done by an impersonator, but they did a good job impersonating Arnold, that's for sure. But the only ones that haven't been good have been the main roster ones, like Sonya and Nitara. And now, looking back, Sonya is not even that bad compared to Nitara. Like, man, Nitara just... like, she didn't just... I mean, she's been out of the game for a while, so maybe that's part of it, but... there really just isn't a lot of effort into it. And maybe there's more story DLC that fleshes her character out and she gets to really show her ability as an actress there, but not feeling it in the existing material that players have already encountered. But whatever. I don't buy the games for the story. I play the story once and I move on. I will say, Omni-Man's throw, I think that there are... like weird situations where the camera angle actually like shows you shit you're not supposed to see. Because I have a couple times now glimpsed stuff that it's like, what is that? I don't know what it is yet. I haven't been able to fully pinpoint what it is that I'm looking at, but I'm starting to think that what I am looking at is like the underside of the stage or something. You know, some sort of thing I'm not supposed to see. Yeah, we're letting it rock. They both asked for it, and fuck it, let's have fun, right? What's the worst that could happen?
Omni-Man, Kung Lao, the Hourglass.
You failed to conquer Earth, didn't you? It's all under control. Stick to your own timeline.
Alright, here we go. Potential final game here, and I mean Isaiah loves to do it like this too. I will say I don't think Isaiah has won a tournament from the winner's side of grand finals yet. He just keeps doing it from the lower bracket every single time. But he's top of the points leaderboard, so he's just getting more experience in the long run out of it. Because when it comes to the finale, where the money's at, having all of this time fighting his opponents more than anybody else, because he keeps on playing more sets in the lower bracket, and he's playing it with the other top 8 players. Like, he doesn't do the extra sets until top 8, but those top 8 extra sets are against the people you're more likely to find in the finale. And that may end up paying off big time when he goes to the finale and he's like, yep, seen all of this before, because I've played all these people over and over and over again in the top 8. And won. You're gonna knock it over again, Bubby. Stop walking across my lap. Alright, low stomp. Good patience here, though. Not getting caught. Up block is ready as well. Omni-Man struggling to open him up. Finds the hit. Nice conversion there off of that stray hit. Method was ready with the standing 3. Unfortunate drop at the end there into likely the meaty Lao hat he was going for. I believe that's the setup that Method's been regularly trying to cultivate. Ow. My ear is bleeding gross. Ooh. Needs just a little bit more to close this out. Method keeps himself safe, finds the hit. This will be the finish. And Method brings it to a final game here in our grand finals.
Omni-Man wins. Omni-Man, Omni-Man, Kung Lao, Kung Lao, the gateway.
Alright, don't touch it.
What is
It
an
hurts.
alternate me
Shit.
doing
Don't
here?
touch it. It doesn't
Does
hurt.
the name
Perfect.
Angstrom
Solution
TV
established.
mean something to
We're not
you?
going to touch it. It hurts.
Round 1, fight.
Alright, here we go. Starting off with the clap. Does the clap delete the amplified fireball? Or not the amplified, but the charged fireball? Because the amplified clap deletes projectiles, but cameo projectiles have like a weird way that they interact with things. Alright, beautiful opening here for Method, or for Isaiah. Nice anti-air though for Method. Doesn't get the full combo off of it. Good flawless block. You gotta be careful going for that ground pound, or that air slam. What are you gonna do? Teleports in. Looks like Isaiah absolutely ready. Just keeps on swinging for the fences. The overhead will connect. Uh-oh, unfortunate drop.
You did this.
Round
Is he doing the grounded version and it's, like, launching? How do you do the grounded version to make it launch? What is that? Is he instant airing it and I'm just not paying attention? I thought that he just did the grounded one there, but it still launched him. Maybe it was the instant air and I just wasn't looking. Right, the armor. Yeah, see, he just did the grounded one right there. That was for sure the grounded one. Is there a way to make the grounded one launch? Method, big launch, doesn't get the full combo. Nice break here from Omni-Man. Full screen clap. Ooh, uh-oh. The throw is going to be enough. Method here. Tournament point for both players. It's come down to this.
final round, fight.
Frames, ooh, just going to keep swinging with the string. The low is blocked. Oh, you have to be a certain distance, so when he goes far enough, it'll launch? Interesting. Ooh, hits him out of the sky. Ooh, okay, uses the punch, but had the low hat to cover it. Method looking to tie up these life bars here. He's a little behind, but... Okay, nice little throw. Method now ahead. Isaiah gets hit. Teleports to the other side. Point blank. Nice little poke out underneath. Isaiah trying to get something started, but Method now connecting with a bunch of throws here. That throw damage is stacking up. He hits the overhead. And the throw, this is gonna do it. Method is your champion here in week number 6. I want to say, out of everybody on the points totals, I think Method was the one that was kind of in the biggest need of points. And he has absolutely made it happen here with a big fat 250 going his way. But he will be our champion here tonight, so congratulations to him. We're going to hop back over to our bracket one final time to pop these scores in. And we'll have the updated point standings for everybody here shortly. By shortly, I mean tomorrow. I don't know actually where everybody's going to stand. But it is Method taking it, so congratulations to him. Very, very nicely done. And that is a stark contrast to the 3-0 that Isaiah had on the first one, right? Like, he took the first game 3-0, and then after the reset, Method had some sort of download and made it happen. So very, very nicely done by him. But in the end, it is Method that is our champion. So congratulations there. That is going to do it for the tournament, though, today. Appreciate everybody coming through. All our players putting on a great show. And all our viewers coming in and supporting the Xbox side of things. Really do appreciate that. We are going to be closing up shop here for tonight, though. And I will be back on Monday for some more Omni-Man League. So I will see you then. Later, everybody.